news. Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Icon Eye Care has done more than 250,000 LASIK procedures in Colorado.
Ever in their entire
You know what? Frank Duran, hold on. Daff says. So, Frank, are we up?
Yeah.
Daff, you're listening? She says to Frank, I just want to know, when someone says cheese, what do you think they mean? So I don't know. Do you think it's short for anything? I don't know, like gee whiz? And she goes, what about Jesus Christ? No, I never thought of that. That's what he said.
Yeah, so now I've asked Ross, I've asked Dan,
Frank's
I've asked
the
these
holiest of rollers.
two. He is the holiest. So,
I'm a
Dan,
Catholic.
you don't know shit. Honest to God, I've never heard that before.
You don't roll holier than
I roll holier.
No rolls holier than Frank.
Oh, then Frank, yeah. I
No.
agree with that.
I'm Tom Martino, and I welcome you to the Troubleshooter Show.
You know what I am? I am a consumer advocate. What does that mean? It means that I advocate for consumers' rights. You know, really, we should all be consumer advocates, and that means also we advocate for businesses as well, because let's put it this way, we advocate for what is right. Isn't that a way of putting it? In other words, if someone lied, cheated, ripped off, no one's in favor of that. That's what I love about my show. We all want to go after liars, cheats, and rip-offs. We don't want them to thrive. Well, I doubt there are listeners that say, yeah, take that money from that old lady. Good stuff, yeah. Martino, leave him alone. So we transcend politics, religion, ideologies. We go after bad guys. Now, there might be some controversy as to who is bad and who's not, but that's where you chime in. We've been doing this for 40 years, recovering, and I mean recovering literally hundreds of millions, not a million, hundreds of millions in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services, and also provided services. So what you do is go to referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. Or if you're listening at any time, anywhere, call 303-MARTINO, and we'll get back to you. That number is available to anyone, anywhere, 303-MARTINO, okay? Now, this is a time of year I find a lot of people are in good moods. But did you know it also affects a lot of people in a negative way? They just are lonely and extra lonely during this time of year. Well, guess what? RealCBDThatWorks.com will quell your anxieties. How's that for transition? No, actually, RealCBDThatWorks.com, I don't want to make light of anxiety. It does help with anxiety. It helps with, it does mood enhance, but it helps with pain. It also helps for sleep with their sleep formula. Dan, is that working for you? Now listen, when I ask for testimonials or results, I'm not asking for a testimonial if it really didn't work. Joan Sullivan took it for something, and she said it wasn't really working, but then she said, but I noticed my knee pain's gone. She didn't take it for her knees. She thought they were too far gone. She doesn't have knee pain anymore. And then we gave it to Ugly Ed, and Ugly Ed said, well, I'm getting I feel good, and it's like I don't care about the pain that much, but it didn't make the pain totally go away. And I'm wondering what his latest is on that, Dan. Ugly, on your pain. How is it lately?
The pain's about the same. It's just the anxiety is less.
From the pain. And so it does help. And some people get more pain relief than others. Why is that? It's not because of a variation in product. It's a variation in our receptors. Like there are people, for example, that take a painkiller and it affects them wildly. Others take painkillers and they don't feel much. If you have a receptor more open to cannabinoids, you will feel more with the product. But one thing I will tell you, you'll never find a better product than Panacea Life Sciences. That's all I'm saying. Not how it's going to work on you, but if you're going to use CBD and your receptors are open to it, you're going to have some effect. RealCBDThatWorks.com. So Steve wants to talk about a Mustang, and today is car day. Being Friday, it's car day. We've been doing this for practically the entire 40 years, car day, and we get some experts in the studio. So, Steve, what's going on?
Well, I got me a 2002 Mustang with a V6 engine in it. And
Okay.
when you go to crank it up first thing in the morning, it'll tap for maybe 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute, depending on how cold it is. And I've kind of been doing a little bit of research and trying to figure out which way to go. I've read that either it's like a valve sticking, a lifter sticking, or there's also an issue where the drain for the air conditioning condenser to drain right on top of that exhaust manifold. And,
hey, Steve.
I was wondering. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead with what you were wondering. Go ahead.
Oh, I was wondering which way to go to. I know the cheapest route to do something first would be to swap out the exhaust manifold. But
well,
I mean, I don't want to waste $100, you know. And
no. Listen, here's the first thing though. When you say maybe it's something sticking, here's how you can tell if it's something sticking. If it's random, if it's exactly the same noise, roughly exactly the same timing, and exactly the same symptoms when it comes and goes, well, things don't stick consistently in an order. They stick sometimes more, sometimes less. And so let's just go there. When you start your car up every single day on a cold start, it will start ticking.
Correct.
And it always starts ticking exactly the same way, in exactly the same manner, and goes away exactly the same, basically.
Exactly. That's the only time that.
Then I would say it's not sticking. It's not really sticking. I would now I'm going to take an amateur's guess. For people listening, don't roll your eyes back. When a car starts up, it starts circulating oil. And oil is not instantly in the engine unless you have some superb oil where remnants stay behind. Some of the best parts of oil are the oils that can stick onto the sleeves and onto the cylinders and onto the pistons and they stick there even after you turn the engine off, and it sits there overnight. Some oil remains with really good oil. So I would guess that you're simply waiting for the oil to circulate, but this is an amateur guess. Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, who, by the way, also does general auto repair with an emphasis on transmission. What would be your guess? And then, of course, we have Nick Yutzi with us from Flexident of Colorado, and he's a car buff. You guys chime in.
Yeah, definitely oil would be the first thing I'm thinking
so
of.
Oil meaning as soon as it gets lubricated.
Yeah, lifters having to build back up after they've drained down, sitting cold, fired up. It takes a minute to lift them up. I mean, if you add some fuel to it during that ticking noise, does it go away a little bit faster?
Yeah, if you warm it up quicker.
No. It still will last for about 30 seconds to a minute. But
okay, listen, but it's consistent.
Just a real quick backstory, though. I religiously change my oil 3,000 miles or less. I'm old school. And on top of that, I've also put that Lucas oil in there also to help remedy that situation, and even that hasn't stopped it.
Well, what is Lucas oil? I guess I don't know what's special about it.
You only
it's an additive.
Put in a quart of that in there with the other 4 quarts.
I see what you're saying. Okay. It's really,
but getting to the hunt and peck like you were talking about, doing exhaust manifolds and whatnot. You said this is the cheapest. Well, it's only the cheapest if it actually fixes the problem.
Yeah.
So getting down
I don't even know why an exhaust manifold would work. What does that have to do with lifter noise? What the hell? Where did you come up with exhaust manifold?
Well, because like I said, the air conditioning condenser has to drain right above the exhaust manifold.
Yeah.
And that draining on it could crack the exhaust manifold. And when it warms up, after that little bit of runtime, it will swell up or expand and cause that crack.
Yeah, but it's easy enough to find a crack.
Okay, so an exhaust leak doesn't sound like a lifter tap. They're two different noises.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is it coming from the top of the engine or from
right
underneath?
Inside? Right. So you can. You know what? These guys, if you go over to Kimmer or you go over to any of our experts on referralist.com, they will tell you within a minute of listening to that what it is, or if you should be concerned. So my question is this, guys, weigh in. Everybody has a different way of doing it, but most people go start the car and take off immediately. In today's technology, oil might circulate faster, The oils, many of them synthetic, may stick around longer, so you're not doing harm. When I was younger, it was drummed into my head. Let the car warm up. Not necessarily to full operating temperature, but give it a minute. Now, I don't know how you guys feel. We're going to find out coming right up.
If the exhaust leak, you'd be able to see it or feel it.
Okay, once again, I can't hear
And it
you at
sounds
all.
different too.
Yeah.
It's not.
Now, okay, why was that so strong? And the second
But
before
the
that it
phasers
was.
on those plug up. And
Okay.
The phasers.
Would synthetic be better than regular or lighter?
Johnson Construction. What is that? It's a company that does construction and roofing. Johnson Construction, let's just say Roofs by Johnson. And what I want to emphasize is their hail-proof roof. Hail-proof roof. Hail-proof roof. I'll get them. Anyway, EuroShield, they guarantee it against all hail, no matter what size, if you get their premium. I mean anything. And when you look at this video at roofsbyjohnson.com, you'll see a cannon shooting a giant pellet of ice at it. And it doesn't even flinch. It's made from recycled tires, but it looks beautiful. It's got stunning designs and colors, and it's installed by the expert at Johnson Construction. And guess what? A lifetime warranty. Roofsbyjohnson.com. Now here's the number, 303-719-ROOF.
Boy,
Chicago did beat them last night.
Cowboys
Beat who?
Cowboys.
Do I have, how much time do I have? Do I have 4 minutes?
I think they're out of it.
I didn't bet Thanksgiving. I didn't bet last night. Every time I look at the Cowboys, man, I'm like, ugh.
Do you know that I've never bet and won? On sports, ever.
What do you think of this week's game?
I don't bet a
or
lot.
lunches.
I don't bet a
No,
lot.
I'm looking to get in on this.
Anything
When I
ever.
just stop it. When I
Ever.
do, I lose every fucking time. I don't care what it is. If you want your team to lose, I'll bet on it.
I just want to bet with you.
You didn't even have to throw sports in.
And I want that guarantee too.
The first time he's ever paid me, ever, was this week. It was $50 on a snow total, and I won. And I made him pay me, didn't I? Right during the show. He had no
Was that
choice.
during the
Made
big
them
snowstorm?
more.
$54, not $50.
Hey, I got a question. Did you see how cheap full synthetic oil is through Costco?
Mm-hmm.
Or did
What do you
buy
guys
it?
pay? Do you buy bulk?
Or do you buy it
Not in the
with it?
synthetic oils. We don't go through enough engine oil for me to buy bulk.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes
You know,
sense.
so I mean, I'll go to Walmart or I'll go to Costco and I'll get a couple of cases.
No.
So-
Costco's got the 5 quart, two 5 quarts for $30.
2 5 for 30
2
bucks?
5,
That's
and they'll
cheap.
ship it to you.
Free shipping.
Good grief. That's cheap.
Just go online and stuff.
It's their brand, too. I didn't
It's
even...
their brand.
Their brand? Oh, okay.
But I would assume it's going to be.
I heard what Frank said. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess Frank doesn't know.
I don't know. This is gross.
This is gross. You talking about
Dirty over there. This is gross.
Would a lighter oil help the ticking or not? Like a lighter
No,
synthetic?
probably the opposite.
Okay, the opposite. But
But
synthetic
that's
does
providing
stick
it's an actual oil problem that
better.
you're
Right.
dealing with.
But synthetic is stickier?
Yeah,
Oh, it
if
is?
you look at synthetic or conventional oils on a molecular level, you look at conventional oil, it's like a linear pattern. Okay, whereas synthetics, it's more like a sine wave.
Oh, okay.
So you have higher shear ratings, you have better pour points, it's much more stable.
Gotcha. No synthetic. Look it up at Costco online if you're Costco and stuff. I think I'm gonna order a couple. I mean that's so. I'll bet you $15 for an oil change for a standard oil change.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to be able to do $15 for a
What'd you say?
No.
I'm
But
a-
if
What'd
you're
you
doing
just
it
say? I heard
for
Frank.
synthetic,
Right.
I mean, I know you normally
Yeah.
charge
Here
like $50
to drop
more.
off gift cards.
So yeah, we're it's just doing my
She just
truck.
stuck around with it.
You know, I'm almost a case of oil for my truck.
Holy cow.
Try to get a machine.
Yeah, they got 3 different types. Here, I'll look it up here. I'll show it to you. It's crazy.
I'd be interested to know what they have for the Mobile One.
Now, Mobile One, they sell them quart cans. These are 5 quarts, so that's why.
Yeah. Well, and you can get the 5 quart jugs over at Walmart for about $24.
Right. So this is 2 for
Right.
30.
Yeah, it's a hell of a deal. And if shipping's included.
Shipping's included.
They have to include shipping. They got to compete with Amazon. Everybody's got to start doing free shipping.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon's changed the face of merchandising. My God.
Macy's, they showed a picture of one in some mall, and I don't even remember where it was, Texas, California. Fucking ghost town Black Friday.
020.
Ghost Macy's going away, man.
5-weight.
All of them.
No, some of them.
Walmart stays.
No, one of them was doing good. We have one out here in Park Meadows.
That's a 6-pack inside a case. And this is actually
Nordstrom's didn't do well.
Or is that a little bit better? I know, but it's still full synthetic and additives that they have in there.
They actually did well.
Yeah. I'd have to see.
You know what? Walmart is going to be. Walmart is jumping right into it, just like Amazon. They want to be everything.
Oh, they are. Once, here's where Macy's, Nordstrom's, all these people are going to slowly die. Here's their slow death. You ready? Once you can go to Costco, Sam's, or Walmart and buy the same shit for 50% less, people don't give a fuck where they get it. Doesn't matter. There's not going to be any more brand-specific stores. Remember when you can only buy Levi's at certain stores?
I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Now, he didn't do this and say talk about it, but he dropped by some gift cards for people. He wants to be anonymous. Never mind. Okay, so some anonymous person dropped by gift cards to be given out to people in need.
That does it every year.
And he does it every year. And anyway, so he wants to remain anonymous. So I'll say, anonymous man, the real estate man. By the way, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, you won't find anyone better. 303. Oh, my goodness, 303-920-1622. Do you ever have something you do every single day and then all of a sudden, boom, you can't remember? 303-920-1622. Let me explain something to you about Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He truly does so much throughout the year we don't even talk about for charity. He does. And I'm sorry, Frank, for disclosing that. Like I would sit down on my computer and hammer out my Google password 1,000 times. And then the 1,000th and first time, I swear sometimes I go, what? And it doesn't come to me. I don't know what that is. Well,
brain fart.
And don't say old age because I'm tired of those jokes. Here's what I do want to say, though. My password is tricky. It's capital P A SSW 0RD for password. I don't put the O in there. So I am really, do you think it's cool? Capital PA SSW 0RD. Now, here's what I think I'm going to do for the new year. Because people said, Tom, you've had that password for years. So I'm going to change it to capital PA. And instead of SS, I'm going to have $$ W 0RD. And then if I want to go to level 6 encryption, I'm going to put an exclamation point at the end. So anyway, nobody's going to mess with me. 303-713-TALK. Let's seriously go to the phones and find out what Debbie wants. Debbie, welcome to the show. And then I asked a question before the break. What was that question, and do you have an answer? Do you have a do you remember the question? Do you have the answer?
Yeah, do I warm up a vehicle?
Is it necessary?
Not to the extent that you used to, but it still does make a difference.
Why is it not so necessary anymore?
Just because of the way vehicles are designed now, the way the engines are designed, they're running much, much better. Now, that being said, when they're cold, you're running
and the pumps are better, and the oils are better, everything's
100%.
better, so it circulates faster.
Right. So, and they do everything they can actually to heat that vehicle up as quickly as possible because you get better fuel economy and everything else once it's up to full operating temp.
But and Debbie, I'm not forgetting about you, but when you start it up, do you sit there for a half a tick?
I'll sit there for 15 or 20 seconds. You know, as far as
Mark, do you?
Only if I'm waiting for something to defrost.
Okay.
So,
Dano?
When I have the turbo, I did for there because the turbo you should let it warm up a little bit.
It would be the same as an engine,
I doubt that's in any manual. You saying in the manual it says that?
It sure did, and especially cooling down also.
Yeah, definitely on cooling down.
You know what? Cooling down.
I never thought to look because we have a turbo now.
Man, cooling down is almost as important as heating up. And how many people do that? Now, when you say cooling down, does it really call for a cooling down period when you turn that engine off?
Especially with a turbo. Yeah.
Well, what
you
is
don't even
it?
have to be running hard. You're taking a highway trip. You've been out there for an hour, and you pull over to get some fuel. You pull up to that station, shut it off. All that oil sitting inside that turbo is cooking.
So why wouldn't they have a sensor that trips it off?
You can buy some aftermarket.
So you turn it off and walk away.
There are aftermarket products that do that.
Now, I know in some Mercedes, you would turn it off and hear an electric motor or something keep going. Maybe that's a circulator. This was a long time ago. Maybe they don't do that anymore. So, Debbie, what's going on with your Jeep?
I need a clock spring, and it's on recall, and it's been on recall, I believe, since.
Now, is it an issue where you can't drive?
The horn doesn't work anymore, and the light's blinking at me. The airbag doesn't work. And the next thing is the steering wheel won't turn.
Wait a minute. What do you mean it won't turn? What do you mean? What do you mean the steering wheel doesn't turn? You can only go straight?
No. That is the next thing that goes. It's a clock spring, so it controls your airbag, and it's on recall. But the company that Jeep used for the recall went bankrupt. So every time I take it in somewhere, they say they have the part, and they
how
don't
old
have
is that
it,
Jeep?
And then they end up. My Jeep is a 2010.
All right, so no, it can be serious. You don't have a horn right now, and you don't have an airbag on either side?
Right. They replaced the airbag on the passenger side, but they haven't replaced the driver's side. They say they don't have it.
And the thing they actually need is called a what?
Clock spring.
What is that?
It's inside the steering column, so that when you're turning it, the vehicle knows how much you've turned it.
But why would that have anything to do with an airbag?
It does have to do with the airbags. If the wheels get hit hard enough and it jars it to one end or another, it'll deploy the airbags just off of that. But when that spring pops, it's going to disable that system.
So what do you do? I mean, you must have had people with 2010 Jeeps. What do you do?
Is it available in the aftermarket? Have you tried somebody other than the dealer?
Yeah, what I've done is I went to different places, and I've actually, you put in your vehicle information so that it's compatible, and it just tells me when I'm looking for clock springs, it says that this clock spring is not compatible with your 2000.
But what I want to know is how many people are affected by this that have no.
There's a lot. If you go to
are we talking millions?
No, not millions, but a lot of them. Sometimes they get them, and sometimes they don't, is what I've been told. And Jeep told me that they would inform me when they would get them. And
Chrysler's recalling certain model years, which, by the way, they say is not yours, but right-hand drive. Right-hand drive? What the hell is right-hand drive? So, okay. The clock spring assembly may become contaminated, and your airbag circuit will fail. I mean, this must be what we're talking about. How many clock spring recalls can there be? And you're saying that you don't have it available. Okay, so here's what I want to know. In your mind, you rehearsed, you're pissed off, and you're telling people about it. So if you could wave your magic wand, what do you think? So, Tom, this clock spring is a recall, and they're not available. Therefore, you fill in the blank. Therefore,
if I could find someone to replace it, I would pay for it just for the safety purpose of it all.
Okay, so you're saying even if it's not done through Chrysler, you want it done because of safety, and you're willing to pay. Okay, because some people would say, therefore, I think the manufacturer should buy the car back, or therefore I think, they should do something or provide a rental. And are you the original owner?
I am.
How has it been for you, this Jeep?
Awesome.
What model do you have?
I have it's the Wrangler Sport XL.
Oh, man. So that's what I call a Jeep. And they're cool. They're really cool. And you're going to be shocked at how much you can sell that for compared to what you bought it for. What's that?
I said I know, but I'm not selling it, so I would prefer to fix it.
How many miles on it?
It has 104.
Okay. So I'm going to have Jeff Vick look for aftermarket. And we're gonna call some of our other shops. Suzanne, get her number, okay? Get her number so we can get back to her. And then we're going to put out the word to our experts on aftermarket clock springs, Or if anyone listening has a line on clock springs, let us know. 303-713-TALK.
Can't they fuck up the ignition too?
Clock
where
spring?
the key doesn't turn?
I've never seen a clock
Well, that
spring.
might affect just why, or she said the next thing is the wheel not being able to turn, so it might have something to do with the ignition also in there too.
I just remember years ago having to.
But I'm surprised they're not doing something about this. If all they got to do is have one action, they're gonna get sued.
Well, how about Honda when they couldn't do an airbag for fucking 20 years?
But they were getting on this Takata one. It wasn't a Honda, it was Takata.
No,
I wonder what obligation
Honda?
they have. I wonder what obligation they have. And I'm talking about in a court, a tort action. If they notify you of a recall and say, you know, this is, let's just say it's dangerous, and they notify you and say, do not drive, but they don't provide you a fix.
Well, take the Takata airbags. That's exactly what they did.
Tacoma?
Takata.
Honda,
Toyota.
What's a Takata?
the
name of the airbag.
Yeah, what would happen is, if you got into an accident, it would shoot shrapnel right through you and fucking kill you.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, not all the time.
Oh my God. That would
Depending-
piss me off if it killed me. Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. Monday through Friday, 9 to 7. Saturdays, tomorrow, till 6. Closed Sundays. Why am I telling you all this? Because you need to put them on the list. Now, I didn't tell you to go there and buy immediately, although you probably will. They have great pricing, great trade-in values for your car because they sell most trades. And they have financing available, like 40 different lenders. They originate the loan and they close it right there. Everything is 100% done when you leave. They don't do crazy stuff like we owe you this and come back for this and oh, we made a mistake on this. You need a cosigner, you need more money. They tell you everything up front. It's a straight deal, it's a good deal, and you'll have fun with the people at Rocky's, 63rd and Federal. They've been doing it this way for 30, or no, now going on 40 years. 303-426-4646 and Rocky'sAutos.com, 63rd and Federal.
See, you laugh at stuff like that.
Who
I
is that?
see this as a foreseeable problem.
What is that?
Emma Thompson foresees people eating pets for protein due to the climate crisis. This could happen.
Who is
Tommy,
Emma Thompson?
City Lock guy
She's in
wants
a
to know
movie.
if you have time
She's
for a
in a
screaming
movie
deal
called,
for him to come on with a screaming deal. Jeff
Men
Rosen.
in Black. She must be in the Men in Black series.
Oh, is that the new gal that did it with,
Yeah, but let us call him.
what's his name, Chris Hemsworth or whatever?
I can tell you this, though, she's got a good point.
I don't care. I don't really care.
Makes
what
me
you
think,
do.
which
I'm
cat
telling
am
you,
I
I
eating
just said
first?
Tom.
Tell him as soon
Which
as
one's going first?
Put them in the freezer if they die.
The fattest one goes first.
That's like saying.
Well, how did you have enough food for the cat, to fatten the cat, if you haven't got food for yourself?
Mice.
Because the cat's smart. It goes outside and eats mice and shit.
Well, you should be
And
eating
he's
the
got to
mice.
say it quickly.
Now, the
You
other
know,
thing would be...
Here's the thing, man, about climate change. You know, you can't deny through monitoring that there is no climate change, but what people fail to fucking realize is there's always been climate change, always been cycles, and mankind cannot have an impact. I know that, see, they look at climate change, and because it's real, therefore man must be doing it. Who says? Cow farts cannot fucking change the climate. And you know what? If you're listening online, I'll challenge you. Take every goddamn emissions that was ever emoted or issued into the atmosphere. And do you know what it accounts for in our atmosphere? It would be like a thimble in a football stadium. Now, it can't have the impact. It's not good. We don't
But
want
man can have the impact.
Man can collect your money by making
No,
you
Mark.
think
What do
you
you
have an
mean?
impact.
That's what I'm saying.
We shoot off enough nukes, we'll change this fucking climate really fast.
We're talking, that's a whole different thing. That's a chain reaction. I'm talking about emissions. They're not talking about nukes, they're talking about emissions. Emissions. If you can do this online, just do it. Assume that from the beginning of the industrial age forward, we retained every single cubic foot of emissions. We haven't, but let's assume that. And then you assume that it's all bad. And you multiply that out and then see what percentage that is of the entire atmosphere in cubic feet. I've done it before. And you come to such a drastic ratio that there's not a poison in the world that can do that. Now, I'm not talking about a chain reaction. I'm talking about emissions. It's fucking incredible how people just believe this.
He's saying nukes won't change anything.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. You know, polar ice caps, when they melt, they say...
They go back into the water.
No.
There's no difference.
Not Antarctica, not Greenland.
What do you mean?
Well, the ice is on land.
If that's the case, then it will change the level
of course,
of the
it would
ocean.
bring the ocean up.
Right.
But the
Well,
icebergs
what's wrong
in the
with
ocean
that? We live in Colorado.
But if an iceberg melts, but if you had a pile of water,
We ain't living on no coast.
if you had a giant body of water with
I don't-
icebergs that
Chris,
melted, the
right.
level would go down.
The level will stay the same.
Well, actually, it would go down
No,
because
they
there's
say-
more volume. Okay, I'll bet you there's more. I did it. We did
There's
it. in
more
school.
volume in what?
In ice because there's air in it. There's more
Because it
volume.
loses some.
There's more volume, but if there's a little bit above it and stuff, it's going to be the same.
It's virtually
Let's do
the
this.
same.
No, I want to do the experiment.
Okay. Well, get a glass of water full.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That
It
would be a
would
fun
be.
experiment.
Yeah, but some of it is going to evaporate. So you're both wrong.
Well,
No, that won't be enough to change anything, though. Not in a closed setting.
No,
Yeah. I've done it.
You're just trying to be trouble. You're trouble.
Well, what do you think of this?
I
I've
just
heard a
can't
volcano
believe
going off can cause
He
just
thinks
as
if we
much
set off
emissions
every
as
nuke right now
cars
in the
and
world,
factories and
our
everything.
weather would still be the same.
What?
Just a volcano.
Oh, no.
You probably wouldn't notice
That's
the
another
difference.
thing. That's another thing.
Couldn't document it.
Dan, if we do nothing, volcano emissions, one volcanic eruption is equal to about 100,000 years, not 100, but about 1,000 years of emissions.
Oh my God, that's where the Ice Age came
Hi,
from.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Every once in a while, our YouTube channel gets nixed because I let the bumper music go a little too long and they say copyright. So we need to do original bumper music, I think. I'm going to do it.
I've discussed that on air before.
I'm going to ask local bands to submit bumper music. I'm not kidding. And then coming back from the break, I'll say, and that was so-and-so.
Oh,
let's do it.
I see bumper music. I thought you were talking theme song.
Well, that would be cool too, but
that gets us sometimes.
I've been using help for a long time.
In fact, if you ask Dan, I would guess we have more problems with help than any other song.
Or we try to play something and
okay.
For some reason.
So let's do local bands come up with a song to open the show.
I could sing during intros.
And bumper music. Let's do it. I want to just get this done. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. David's got a problem with his Ford Focus settlement problem. And what is happening with you, David? And I'm putting out the call for anyone who has that clock spring, or they can source a clock spring for Jeeps on recall, and they're hard to get. Okay, David, Ford Focus, what year?
2013.
What's going on with it, man?
Well, this has been one of those lemons, you might say, from the word go. It keeps having a same problem with the transmission module or whatever.
Did you have it from new?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the symptom of this?
5 times.
What's the symptom of this problem?
This problem, basically, for some reason, a software glitch or whatever causes the whole thing to lock up, and it requires it to be towed back.
So when you're driving, does it ever happen in midstream while you're driving?
I bought it for my son, and it has caught him in the middle of traffic twice.
Wait, does it like come to a screeching halt?
Is it the transmission?
Yeah.
You're driving along at 40. You're driving along at 40 or 50, and it goes and locks up.
It comes down to a complete dead. It's like someone turned off the engine.
Oh, I get it. Now, I mean, not that that's good, but it's better than just locking up in midstream. But it's still bad. I mean, is this a recall?
It has been a recall several times.
Okay, so where do you stand on the recall?
We've taken it in each time.
And have they done the recall?
They've done a software update. They've done a module replacement, and we still have issues from time to time.
Okay. Therefore, you want what?
Well, years ago, a couple years back, they sent a letter to my son about a settlement on it.
Okay.
He mentioned it briefly, but because he was going to school, he did not follow through with it. And I want to find out where that thing exists. I've been
Is
told
it
by
the
dealership
transmission issue? The power shift transmission recall?
It is a module, from my understanding. I don't.
This is the only one that comes up. It's the power shift transmission settlement. I can only think. I mean, when I Googled it and I got the same thing Mark did, that's really what that's the very first thing that comes up. And then after that, everyone's asking about this Ford settlement. In fact, we can see no other settlements. So it must be that one. But here's what. Okay, you're asking. If there was a settlement, are we part of it? And if we're part of it, what do we do? Okay? So this website seems to have it all, and we can go and look at it. We can call a Ford dealer, too. But basically, it's a class action. And please be aware that claims will not be processed or paid until the effective date. Now, listen to this. This is very recent. So this can't be something. This just happened.
Okay.
Wait, no, let's see.
No, the affected vehicles, though, are older.
Okay.
The settlement is somewhat new.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's probably still fresh enough to get something done. In some class actions, your rights expire if you don't sign up. Let us bone up on this.
Was he the original purchaser?
Was he?
I am the original purchaser.
Yeah. And has it been 6 years since you bought it? Because that's the biggest deadline I'm reading. You had 6 years.
It's 6 years.
We're right at the 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years is a deadline according to this.
Do you know
brought it in several times.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
And your remedies are a cash payment of up to $2,300.
You know, Dan, when I say it doesn't matter, if he actually never made an application for this recall and he went into dealers, they could say you missed your deadline. If there's no record of him going in for this recall. So
and it's a settlement. It's a settlement, Dan. I mean,
that's what I meant.
It is what
settlement,
it is.
Not a recall settlement. Okay. Do we have a Ford dealer we can talk to worth a damn?
I think DAF does.
Maybe there's one up in Longmont.
Yeah, right. Hold on. Let's find out about this settlement. Ben, and this is Jackie and Lori. What are three people calling about?
Hi, good morning, Tom.
Hey, what's going on?
So I'm Lori, and my friend Jackie has a son, Ben, who is 19, and he recently replied to an ad regarding a vehicle wrap.
Okay.
And, they sent him a check for $3,500 and requested him to cash it.
Of course, and send some of the money back or to pay for the wrap. And then, did he do it?
No, I told
thank
my friend
goodness.
It was
Thank you.
A scam, and we asked to call you.
Thank you. Whenever, and I don't care where, who, when, how, unless it bears the name and the person Jesus Christ or similar, you will never have a legitimate check where you cash it and they want money to go back, ever. It's a scam. And here's the thing. It takes on all shapes and sizes. For example, hey, we're doing a secret shopper. We're going to give you money to shop. You send this money back and keep this money for yourself. Or you use this money to shop. Or whatever, you name it. It's always involving the same basic mode to transfer. They give you a check, which is a bad check, but it's good enough to get through the initial screening process. So this boy would have gotten money and sent back money, and then the check would have been recalled or bounced, and he would be responsible for payment. I am so happy he didn't do it. So what they said was, let me get it straight. We're going to send you a check for $3,500. You need to use some of this to get the vehicle wrapped, right?
Correct.
And that's some of it. And here it is. I have the check. Thank you, Dano. It's $3,500 from Five Star Credit Union. Now, by the way, here's another thing. It could be a real check. In some cases, they actually scam businesses and get real checks. And so you check the check, and the check is real, but they didn't issue it, and it comes back anyway. So even if the check is a real check, it may still be a fraud. But let's talk about how can they do this. Well, banks under federal law must give you provisional credit for a cash check. They used to hold checks until they cleared. Clearing took 21 to 30 days or longer. But people didn't want to wait for their money, so the government said, you must give people access to that money in 3 days. Therefore, people think it cleared, and it did not clear. It's called provisional credit. Now, 21 days, some people hold it and say, Tom, I know it's not a scam. I'm going to hold it 21 days to prove it. Still, it doesn't prove it. In fact, that check can be presented for collection up to 7 years. Wow. And so they sometimes put a wrong routing number on it, so it goes to a dead file where it's investigated. And that could take months and months and months. So don't ever depend on a check ever being good. That's it. Don't depend on it. And don't ever take money that you must send a portion of it back ever. Now, the only way this could be done, I shouldn't even say it because a legit place won't do it. They're not going to overpay you and have you send money back. So I shouldn't even bother telling you that wire transfers could be done in different things because no matter what, you have to give people access to your bank account for wire transfers. And that's once you give people your checking account, you're done. For example, if there's another scam where they might send you a check that you cash, and that gives them your routing number on the canceled check and your account number, and they go in and wipe you out. But this one is a clear-cut scam, and I'll bet you that young man was really looking forward to it. How much was he going to get to keep?
It doesn't really say, I don't think.
Let's see, it says here, it says text, and you text this number. Hold on, I want to read about it during the break, and then let's see if we can play along.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by David Weekly Home.
There's a few of the usual highway slow spots to watch out for. Drive across town, coming out the tech center on northbound I-25. It's a bit stop and go from Orchard, traveling up towards Hamden. Could be that construction in Hamden, too, so watch out for that throughout the day. And southbound 225, a bit heavy approaching I-25 in the tech center as well. Downtown, southbound I-25, a little slow there between I-70 and Spear. Westbound I-70 slow in the portion. And there's that stubborn ramp northbound 225 to westbound I-70 as well.
I will see you the 16th.
Mostly sunny today with a high near 45. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight, a low of 26. Right now, a few clouds and 36. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner on 630 KHOW.
David Weekly Homes is now building in the Aurora community.
How busy up there, Nick?
Been really bad the last month and a half.
Really bad meaning not busy?
Yep. One job, I think, in 6 weeks.
Oh, no, that's...
Yeah.
Hold on. SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's not Inc. you're right with. That's incorporated, I-N-C. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy and Karen Mitchell started this company, got part of a buying group, so they have buying power like the big boxes, and then decided to pass savings on to customers because they don't have the expenses of the big boxes, and you get better prices. It's that simple. And during the holidays, not only a 20 or 30%, they will give you an extra 5%. SimplyFloorsInc.com. All right, so this one says... Go deposit the check. You will need to ascertain from the bank when the funds will be available. Inquire from the bank when the funds will be available. As soon as your deposit check, kindly email or text me letting me know that the funds will be available for withdrawal. It is important that you text this number, receive deposit, the payment. Note that it's imperative you notify via email and text when the check has been deposited. Man, they want to know that.
Tony, I left a voicemail and I've emailed the Ford Angel about that. So you want me to let them go or David go or you want me to wait? Okay.
Yeah. But we'll still tell her we're going to check with our other auto people, but you have her information.
Him.
The scam is they got to give the people who do it some of the money. Or the people...
And we give you this magic music, which will inspire the perfect hire to begin clog dancing. Okay, there's no magic music, but skills tests, that's for sure. See why independent research by shows the man figures in terms of...
Man, I went outside on that patio to make a phone call. My fucking glasses go black. I can't see anything.
Oh.
Is that because they're photosensitive?
God, yeah. I mean, it's so wild. Usually,
when you come in,
usually they adjust quick, but man, these things I can barely see in here.
As they age, do they get quicker?
I don't know, man. I find it very interesting technology.
Oh, it's been around there forever.
I know.
You know they have welding helmets that do that too now.
Instantaneous.
I'll tell you what's new about these compared to my old ones. In the car they work. In my old ones, if I was in my car, they wouldn't work through the windshield.
You know, in that Ford Focus, if that guy took $2,300, that's about what it's worth.
Yeah, that's why they
What
say.
do you mean?
That's about what worth a 6-year-old Ford Focus is worth.
All of those options are equal to the same thing. I noticed that
Well,
too.
what does he have to do, guys?
Well, his kid's not going to get rid of it. Why? If it's up and it's running, right?
He's not asking to get
Yeah,
rid
but
of
it
it.
locks up and then they gotta get it towed.
Well, then they're going to have to wait, or he takes $2,300 and
Take
goes buys another
$2,300 and
car.
go sell it.
Wait, what, is he eligible for $2,300?
If it's been in 6 months or 6 years, I don't know when they purchased.
So that's what I would do. I'd sell the damn, take $2,300 and go trade it in.
If they
For a
bought
Ford
it,
dealer.
if they bought it before this time in 2013,
And let Ford dealer take care
but
of it.
those aren't worth shit.
Right.
Ford Focus is a trash mobile. What was that one? Who made the Metro? That little three-cylinder?
Chevy.
That was a piece of junk too, wasn't it? That was like to
Yeah.
compete with the Yugo.
You know, I'm ashamed to tell you something.
You own one?
No, I tried to get my mom. I bought one for her. She wouldn't drive it.
Oh, you serious?
I bought one for her.
I'd be ashamed too. Were you mad at her?
And I bought it brand new, and she says, and I thought it's a brand new car. She's a little person. It would be wonderful. No, really.
And you can park it anywhere.
And she says, oh no, she hated it. She said the tires are too small. She let it sit there and would not use it. She wouldn't go to the supermarket. So I had to get rid of it. I had to get rid of it.
How
She
old were
would.
you?
It was new.
No, I mean, how old were you?
This must have been when she was about 80. So it was probably frick.
You know what's weird about that is my grandmother would never drive a small car. You know, she died in a big car, or you know, her license was taken away way before that. But my uncle, my dad, they all tried to buy her a little, whatever a little car was at the time. And it's just so weird you said that. She would not drive a little car.
Well, my mom thought it was ugly. My mom thought it was
And his
ugly.
buddy, who hides his head in the woods, bought him a van.
And you know, this is when I realized, when you're 80, you're not dead. I said, Mom, what do you care? It's a nice little car. It's transportation. She didn't like the way it looked. And you know,
You fill it up once you
I just thought, what the hell? You know, what do you care what your car
Where'd she
looks
live
like?
at the time? Florida?
In Bethany Village. It was assisted living. Or like, no, it was a senior home. I developed, was one of the people got that going years ago. Long story, but.
We have a new endorsement coming in that's a old folks home. I told them I'd trade out with you.
Good. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. TheHormonePros.com for BioT treatment and more, for hormones and for supplementation of your other hormones, and they also do fillers for your face. Listen, you know, I don't know how you feel about cosmetic procedures, but if they're done right, hey, more power to you. Who cares? I'm not going to sit in judgment of people who get fillers. Some fillers are very natural looking. Juvederm, for example. And if you do a collagen thing, meaning stimulate your collagen, you do that with a thread lift. The thread lift gives you immediate results in certain areas. It's only a few $100s for a thread lift. And then while your face is lifted temporarily with that thread, real collagen is stimulated to grow back. And so it becomes a permanent procedure to the extent, you know, that your normal collagen deteriorates anyway. But it's way better than a filler. And then, of course, BioT is wonderful for men and women for testosterone and estrogen, and they also do thyroid. It's thehormonepros.com. They're really good people. All right, so what happens when there is a recall item? The guy, he's not on the line still, but we looked into that one, and we probably should talk to him. He's got a 2013 Ford Focus. Now, listen to this. The transmission module that he was talking about has a recall. If he is within 6 years, he will get a cash settlement.
Now, he may not like that because they don't have it available, but that cash settlement turns out to be about the value of the car, right? So you don't have to give up your car. You take the cash settlement, you still have the car.
Or they give you a coupon that's worth about $4,500 towards a new Ford.
Okay, either one is a good deal. Either one.
Yeah, they're all right there. They're all the same cash value.
So I think you should take that. Now, I don't know if he's listening. I hope he is because he hung up. But that's the deal. But it must be in a 6-year window. So about this time of the year in 2013. Please look up your purchase. Yes.
Do they get to keep the car on that?
Yeah. Not in the trade-in.
If you take the $2,300 in cash, they take the car.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Are you sure?
Oh,
no. They'll either give you market value, which they take the car, of course.
Right.
They give you the 23. I don't know.
Okay.
It would be the same thing, though. What's it matter? It's still all worth the same. If the vehicle's only worth $2,300, or if they give you $2,300.
Well, here's the bottom line. We found it to be a fair settlement.
I'm going to read it again.
Okay.
Now you got me perplexed.
What about this wrap? Okay, we looked into this off the air. We have some people who trace this down out of San Francisco, and Claire Hayes or whatever it is, Clara Hayes, all over the internet as a scammer. It's a vehicle wrap scam. The check, here's what they want. They want to know it was deposited and funds are available. Then they're going to have you send money back. And I'm glad you called, Lori. Now, you think Ben and Jackie, they'll believe you, right?
Oh, yeah, they're sitting right here listening.
Good. Thank goodness that you didn't do anything with that. I was going to try to call or text this number to see what they say. Who did they contact? The young man or the mom?
Ben, you contacted them, correct? Ben found an ad that they had placed, and he contacted them, and then they've been corresponding with him.
I would like Ben. He should text them saying I deposited the money and funds are available. If they want proof, I'd say, look, I didn't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I've never sent a photo. I know, whatever, just play dumb. But just see what they say. Would you do that for us, Ben? That would be fun. I mean, they're not going to do anything to you. They all, we're going to make sure you don't give them any personal information. I would do it. I would like you to see what response you get. I want to see what they say to do. I'd say, okay, the money was deposited, and my bank says because it's been 3 days or whatever, I can get the funds. What do I do now? That's what I'd say. And then make up an excuse why you're not going to send them a deposit slip. Let's get that done.
Hey, that Ford deal real quick. He's too late. He did not opt in on time, which was September 5th of 2017. He's cooked no matter what.
Oh, man, that sucks. But I would argue that you're still damaged. I'm sorry. I'd still do an individual case.
He doesn't have to be part of the class.
Exactly. We learned that. He doesn't have to be part of the class. If he wants to talk about that, he can call back. I'm Tom Martino. We have a lot more show to go. Ideal Home Loan.
That was over 2 years ago. And he said his kid got one. So they can actually show that he was
Can we go off sound for a second?
Noticed.
Term you want. If you refinance or you purchase and rates go down, they will refinance you free of all lender fees. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Equal Opportunity Lender regulated by DORA NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL. American Restoration 24/7. Put them in your back pocket until you need them. If you need them, I hope you never need them. I call it property trauma. Fire, flood, storm, mold, chemical exposure, toxins, asbestos. If you need a cleanup, no one better than American Restoration 24/7. That easy. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST. Or amrest247.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver.
ABC News, I'm Brian Burrow. In Florida, a deadly scene at Naval Air Station Pensacola.
We got the call there's an active shooter in one of our buildings. The base is currently shut down. The active shooter has been
neutralized.
Captain Timothy Kinsella is the commanding officer at NAS. He says along with the gunman, 3 others are dead, 7 others injured, including 2 officers with the Escambia County Sheriff's Department. Both are being treated at the hospital. Deputy Chief Chip Simmons.
The 2 deputies that initially engaged the suspect, one was shot in the arm and one was shot in the knee. The one that shot in the arm is being treated at a local hospital, and the one that was shot in the knee is currently in surgery.
Authorities say it happened inside of a training classroom where there should be no weapons. NAS Pensacola is home to the Blue Angels, where pilots and officers from the Navy and Coast Guard train. The base is also made up of maintenance and civilian support teams. No word on the identity of the gunman or the victims or a possible motive. This is ABC News. Lawmakers are demanding answers over disturbing new video that shows an undocumented teenager dying in U.S. custody. 16-year-old Carlos Vasquez from Guatemala was sick from the flu. He died in a holding cell.
In the middle of the night, about 1 a.m., you see him start to suffer. He's writhing on that concrete slab. He falls off of it. He gets back up. It seems like he runs towards the door, which is the bottom of the screen, and then he falls to the ground. At some point, about 12 minutes later, he gets up and goes towards the bathroom, and he seems to hang at a toilet where he sits up, collapses again, and then essentially passes out. I don't believe he ever regained consciousness. For the next 4 hours, the screen goes black.
ABC's Matt Gutman. Google is making it easier to track your packages. The company is working with couriers and delivery companies, allowing users to track their deliveries. Once you enter a tracking number, you can see where your package is and when it is expected to arrive. Ryan Burrow, ABC News.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who owes back taxes,
people are getting upset. Dan, why do you...
I told you not to turn it off. It doesn't matter what any of us say, Miller. From now on, just keep the freaking audio on, bud.
Okay.
Just keep it on. Even if we say it's off, keep it on.
Right.
All right, Jeff, give us a new joke. Come on, man. You must have something.
A new joke.
Up your sleeve.
A new joke. I don't know. I was in the middle of thinking of something else.
All right, think of something.
Got him off sleeve.
Yeah.
I got to get something over to you to work on. I forget what the fuck it is now. I've been waiting.
You were talking about a vibration on something.
Vibration?
In the kid's car, you thought it might have been ice?
Oh, it went away. It was icy. Yep, you're right. Yeah, next day. Next day, he's driving home. And it was gone.
That was $50 for that advice I gave you.
That's okay. It's $100 for the consultation. It's $100 for the consultation.
This time of year, I can tell you every store I had that issue happen constantly. And it would suck. People would come in, all you do is look in the wheel well, it'd be like this.
And what you do is just bring it in there, let it melt, says I fixed it, $100.
It does take some time to fix though. We just charge normal hourly, $200 an hour.
Yeah, certain cars can really pack it in.
What was odd though is on the way up, I bet wherever I don't know how he did that. Who knows?
Well, just like he went through some slush.
Damn shoulder. I'll tell you, that Santa Fe though, what a fucking gem it's been. He's got a new engine, new tranny in there. Between 70 and 93,000, brand new powertrain.
No, I know.
Fucking, they don't even bark, man. Bam, done. And they extended the warranty to 120.
A drivetrain or?
Just a drivetrain. And then Suzanne's, the only issue with that new one has been, that trunk was really a fucked up deal. They got it fixed, but they still don't even know what it was. That's the most frustrating.
You know, my car runs good.
You've got, how many miles are on yours?
120. But the bad thing about it is I got to keep on changing batteries in this. Otherwise, the battery goes low. Then when I go into it sounds off on the. It's like.
Can you buy a better battery for it?
I guess I could try.
Oh.
But like, it takes like.
How long does it last?
6 weeks.
There's something wrong with that, dude. Why would it go through 6 weeks? You know what? Buy a new fob. It's the fob's got to be eating the battery. That fucking battery should last you 2 years. How long did the first one last?
Oh, years and years.
Have see what's his face would charge you for a new fob.
I got my other fob. Maybe I should use that for a while.
It's got to be something in the fob that's draining the battery. because the car's not going to be draining the fob in the. There's no way it could.
It says like
It's not two-way communicating.
So when I go in there and do it, and it's just like it doesn't hit the signal correctly, then.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
No, but something's wrong with that fob then, if it's going through batteries, because there's no way the car can make the battery and the fob go low. It's impossible.
Is it
Not
a
in
Nissan?
yours.
Is it a Nissan?
Hyundai.
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 The Nissan Pathfinder's doing the same thing. We just got batteries in it. Like 3 weeks later, it's like.
It's got to be something in the fobs eating the juice in the battery and killing it. It has to be. There's no other.
What would be in a fob?
No, I'm saying he's going through batteries every 6 weeks. How many times?
Oh, batteries on the fob.
Every 6 weeks. There is nothing else besides the fob itself that's going to eat the batteries. Right. It's a one-way communicator.
It's connecting.
Right. So what happens?
The car can't say use a battery.
So when it's low, when I go out there and plug it in and turn the thing, then it goes.
Yeah, it causes problems.
Causes like a.
But my point is, the fob is the only thing that could be the problem. Or he's got a bad batch of batteries.
No, the fob, but so it's connecting like now probably.
Yeah, it's working. No, it's not trying to turn it on or off right now. There's a drain in this fucking battery.
Meaning there's
if he stands near it, it's not going ching 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 and shit.
No, but because
it got wet or something. You know what you did? Shove it up.
Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, and take your complaints. Let's get Jeff from City Lock on. I have a question about a key fob I'd like to find out. All right? You're listening, right? Okay, I guess they are, somewhat. Okay, yeah, can't get... It's funny when you're on the air, you can't get the attention of people, and you... hey! The studio's on... 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Okay.
All right. 303-713-TALK is our number. Let's talk now. Hardy sounds like he has a serious problem. Today is car day. That means if you have a car problem, it's a great day to take it. We don't just do car problems. And if you want to learn about the show, referralist.com, about us and all that, referralist.com. So what's going on, Hardy?
This is not about a car. This is about the real estate.
Yeah, you can call about anything you want. We just emphasize cars on Friday. But go ahead with your problem. What's going on, Hardy?
Okay, we have purchased a house back in 2017.
All right.
We put $10,000 down, for them to hold it.
Gotcha.
For them to hold.
That's earnest money. What? And then what?
Right. And then they went ahead and cashed it. We had a cashier's check that we presented to them.
Right. And did you put that with a title company?
Let me see. I got the check handy here. Let me see.
Okay, that doesn't matter right this second. We'll find out. But and this was in 2017, right?
Yes, it is.
So are you in the home?
We're not in the home. The home that it had contingents with us selling the house that we were in, which we're still in, and was going to sell that house and go into that house.
Okay, there was a contingency.
Right.
What did the contingency say?
Well, he already told us he had to sell his house, but the important part is this. Why are you calling?
I'm calling because they didn't return our honest money back.
That's my question. Did the contingency say you had to sell your house at a certain price?
No, it wasn't.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that. But before this, it would be very rare to have a non-refundable contingency. But, Hardy, they didn't give your money back, but did they sell the house?
Oh, they ended up selling that house. Yes, they did.
When did they sell the house?
Oh, you got the date on that?
No, I don't need the exact date. Did they sell it that year, 2017 or 2018? Just give me the year.
after the time we were supposed to have gotten it.
So in 2017 they sold it
for more than what they were going to pay for.
And they sold it for more, Hardy?
At first they sold it for less than what we were supposed to get it for, and then since then they have sold it for even more than.
But what does that mean? How do they sell it twice?
Well, they sold it to one party, and then another party ended up selling the house after they got it.
No, wait a minute.
He's just saying it appreciated. That's all he's saying there.
But the builder did not sell it twice, right? The builder sold it for less than you were going to pay, right?
That's correct.
And then somebody came and bought it from them, from the new owners, right? That's what you're saying. You're saying the house is worth more. But here's what I want to know. Just really simple answers. Why did they say they're keeping your money?
Because they insisted that we have a paper trail to prove that we had that kind of money. And I didn't see why that should have been unnecessary.
No, Hardy, that's not my that's not my question. It's a very simple question. You paid them $10,000 in a check, and why are they not giving it back?
They said that they needed a paper trail to prove that we had that kind of money and how
hold
we
on.
came about
So
getting that money.
They're asking you to prove that you put $10,000 in?
That's what they were saying, yeah.
Okay. Do you have a receipt for the $10,000?
We do have a receipt for the $10,000.
You do have a receipt?
We do.
And when you show them the receipt, what do they say?
That we forfeited. They said we forfeited.
Oh, okay. They said you forged it. What about...
Forfeited it.
Okay. Did they say you forfeited it?
Yes. Yes.
In other words, you voluntarily gave it up.
That's what they're saying. Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, how did they say you gave it up? That you just said, here, keep it, it's a gift? Or did they say it was non-refundable? Hardy, I need to know what they're saying.
They saying that they needed a paper trail to...
Hardy, I don't need to hear that again. Hardy, let's say, what difference does a paper trail make if they say you forfeited it? What difference does it make? They're saying, on one hand, you're telling me that they want you to prove it. On the other hand, when you show them the receipt, they're telling you you lost it and they're keeping it. Why are they keeping it? It's a simple question. They must have said to you something like, hey, Hardy, you signed a non-refundable agreement. Or, hello, Hardy, we're doing it because we're criminals. I mean, what reason are they giving you for keeping the money? I don't want to hear about a paper trail. Why are they keeping the money?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
No,
you
Tom,
never asked them. You never said, hey, can I have my money back?
No, they said that they told them that they needed a paper trail of the $10,000. Otherwise, it could have been stolen money is how they looked at it.
Well, Hardy, is that what they're saying, that they don't believe the money was yours?
Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying. Yes.
Okay, so now that's a whole different story. They're saying they got 10 grand. Yes, Hardy, we got 10 grand, and yes, Hardy, you gave us 10 grand. But how do we know it was your money? Is that what they're doing?
That's what they're doing.
Okay, why the hell would that matter? If it's not up to them to figure out where you got that money. That's what I don't even understand. That sounds like a scam to me. What's the name of the home builder?
Century Communities.
Is it Century as in Century?
That's correct.
Okay, now where are they located?
Let's see.
I don't need the street. I just need to know what city. Let's start with the planet. It's Earth. It's in the United States. Where in the United States?
They're everywhere, bro.
Okay. Where are you located?
This one is located in Aurora. Green Valley Ranch area.
All right. Can you show us your receipt for that? Do you have that, Deputy Dan? It sounds like you may have talked to him.
I talked to them. They were going to send me this contract that says.
I want the contract. What does the contract say?
I have got it. Haven't seen anything.
You know,
yet.
these guys have communities everywhere. It's hard to believe they'd be doing this.
Hardy,
I think they are.
In Colorado, there's no non-refundable earnest money unless you make it non-refundable for a very specific reason. In other words, it usually errs on the side of the consumer. Even with non-refundable contracts, you can often get your money back. Unless it's written in a certain way, and I don't want to go over that right now, but what I want to say is they have to do some pretty heavy stuff to keep that money. Why have you waited for 2 years to start complaining about this?
We didn't wait 2 years. We tried other means of trying to get this money back.
What other means did you try?
We went to a company called Baker and Williams.
And what's that? Let me guess. They took money from you and probably did nothing.
They took community service. I mean, Baker and Williams took money from us as means of trying to get this money back from Century.
How much money did this law firm take?
$1,500.
And did they say that's all spent, or can you get it back?
They didn't.
Get it back 'cause he didn't have.
We can't get it back because it's so checked out that they were not qualified legally in Colorado.
Yeah, you fell for another scam. Listen, Hardy, you fell for another scam. So here's what I want to do when we come back. I want to talk to your wife, okay, because she's the one talking to you anyway, and then you're talking to me. It's very awkward. I want to talk to your wife. I want to help you. This sounds and not like a scam. I mean, this Century, they're not going to scam and lie and cheat, but something is wrong. Something is wrong.
This is
right. So the only way I've seen where they got to prove the money is to qualify for
That's
a
right.
loan.
No. Listen, somebody's keeping that money, and I wouldn't put it past a salesperson forging that and keeping it. I swear to God, I mean that.
Okay, so here's the other little wrench in the thing.
What? What's the
Her
other?
realtor is their daughter, who was a brand new realtor.
I don't give a shit about that right now, but I'll tell you this. Hold on.
No, I don't think she's still.
IconEyecare.com for all eye care. Now, they're famous for the low-cost LASIK procedures that people love, and LASIK is a great option. They do cataract surgery as well. And then they do something a lot of people don't know about, and that is they replace your lenses, if you need glasses, without giving you LASIK. They just replace the entire lens with a great focusable lens, so you'll never need glasses, you'll never get cataracts. It's called the Clear Lens Exchange. For this and everything, 866-GOT-ICON, IconEyecare.com.
So wouldn't that say something in the contract that says...
Mark, we need to get to the bottom of this with that community. And I need to see the contracts and all that shit.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Wouldn't there be a time thing that says you got a year to sell your house?
Yeah, but it still
it?
wouldn't be non-refundable. In
Now
most
they're
cases, they don't do non-refundable in Colorado.
Now that we understand they're supposed to go to arbitration, but they keep on putting it off till it goes because they got like 2 years or something.
I just figured since, you like if I was selling my house, the guy says, okay, I got to sell my house. I'll give you $10,000 contingency down to hold the house for a year so I can sell my property and go on to that deal.
Yeah, and
then if you don't make that year, you don't sell your house, I mean, I would think that $10,000 is gone because I had to take my house off the market for that long, and that $10,000 is now mine.
Right, but originally, these guys are kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So originally they said no, they went and sold it for more money. Now the guy says no, he sold it for less money, and those.
Yeah, I don't see how that would really matter. I mean, a deal's a deal. I mean, I'll hold my house off. I won't sell my house for a year. You give me $10,000, I won't sell my house for a year and give you that time to come up to sell your house to make the purchase of mine. That's kind of what I was thinking it was.
And ask about their free educational seminars. We're going to give you the real skinny on what works and what doesn't work, and we're going to show you how you can...
Ooh, the Dow is running. I thought I saw some good numbers.
The what's running?
Dow Jones, 28, back over 28,000. 260,000 jobs added, I think I just read up there, and that'll make the market run.
You busy, Jeff?
Yeah. In all actuality, I need to.
Just what?
In all actuality, I need another set of hands.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Would you take a guy in and train him?
I don't know. I got the time to do that right now. I mean,
No, I don't have a guy. I was just wondering, are there, if you knew there's a good guy, is it worth it? That's the thing about it, is would they stay with you?
Yeah, well, I have no, I think
keep people
one of the,
You keep people pretty good.
Yeah, and one of the best compliments you can have is somebody, advancing beyond, going out to make themselves better, so, I mean, I got no problem with that. So, but,
because you're in a good area for people. I mean, there's a lot of houses around there and stuff. So
and they keep building more and more, boy. So, but yeah, no, I mean, I need another set of hands on the floor. So.
That's what it is.
Well, half the time you hire somebody, they turn out not to be worth shit, or they don't want to actually work.
Yeah, crazy. Because the thing I don't think people realize, if you work and you stay busy, time flies like that.
Yeah.
If you just try to fuck around and do this there, the day lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to get out of work, but if you're just like busy and keeping your stuff, boom, all of a sudden the day's done.
5 o'clock, yep.
And that's what I just don't. It's just like working out in the cold. You work on the cold and you stand around, you get fucking cold. But if you're out there busy and stuff, you stay warm. People I don't think realize that. You just got to keep on going.
Keep moving.
You stay warm. And now, granted, if it's 120 out there.
It could be 20 below. I still wear shorts.
No, I just don't understand people in that.
Brandon does.
There's nothing worse than have a job that you're clock watching.
Yeah.
Unless you got to get home and do something.
Yeah, there's times where you're excited to get out and go.
Want to get going, but I mean, like I say, if you just stay busy and stuff, everything works out. It really does. That's why, boy, if it's that slow for you, Nick, holy cow, it must just be horrendous for you guys.
Yeah, at this time of year it's always slow, but I mean it just dropped this year. I mean,
well, like I said, there hasn't been a big hill.
But I can't believe one job in 6 weeks.
Yeah, one hell job in 6 weeks. I mean, that's from like 3 a week.
Okay, one
down
hell
to
job,
one.
but have you had other jobs?
A few Doherty's in here and there.
But that's not the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Just put on the end of that, Total Exteriors and Interiors. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Also interiors, baths, kitchens, basements. I like having companies you can trust because it's very, very important. You hear on this show all the time people being cheated. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Speaking of cheating, what did Century Communities do with this guy's 10 grand? Usually, let's just put it this way. Usually, there are no non-refundable earnest monies deposits in Colorado normally. And when you do have a non-refundable, it has to be written a certain way. I don't want to get into those details, but here's what I want to say. Hardy put down 10 grand, he says, and he can't get it back. They sold the house. He didn't sell his house in time. It was back in 2017. And for whatever reason, they've had his money. Now, he shouldn't have to show where the money came from. By the way, what he was talking about, which is called derivation of funds or source of funds, is to qualify for a loan, they want to make sure you didn't borrow the money or that you have skin in the game. So they want to know, where did this money come from? If it was a gift, they want to see a gift letter, blah, blah, blah. But that has no bearing whatsoever on getting your earnest money back. And I want Century to know that. But Mark's been looking into this. The question is, why would Century Community keep $10,000? It just doesn't seem like it's worth it. They're a big company. Why would they keep it, Mark?
The couple is going to email me in the next 10 minutes. So let's go back to it after the next break. I've got some information we have to look at first. But Not only are they a big company, they're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So this is very strange, but we'll have some answers soon.
We had a question from someone off the air, Jeff. Jeff is with City Lock in Boulder. He is on the referral list at referrallist.com. He's also one of our experts. What would cause a guy to go through key fob batteries every 4 to 6 weeks?
Oh, a number of things. One, the thing could have gotten wet.
And what happens then?
Well, it's electronic circuitry that's not protected. It's not conformal coded.
Okay, so what would happen? What would happen? Would it cause shorting, which gradually?
Yeah, you can get a small short to ground or something. You could also get the plastic shell to be damaged, and one of the buttons could be rubbing. So when they press it, it's being held down.
Yeah.
Most newer ones shut. The signal will stop after 5 seconds or whatever. But others, if the thing is held down, that'll drain the battery.
Now, Deputy Dan, did this person also say when they approach the car, it does something weird when you press it?
No, but when it goes down a little bit, then when he tries to turn it on, the
lights flash?
Lights flash and it won't start, like it's getting stolen.
Oh, okay. So listen, Jeff, people don't probably realize this, that wet will hurt a fob because looking in the snow, look at all the wetness we get on a fob. They're not sealed?
No.
Gosh.
So two things they'd be is unbreakable plastic and waterproof. They're neither.
Now tell me about replacing a fob. What car is this, Dan?
2011 Hyundai.
So a 2011 Hyundai, roughly what would it cost to replace that?
If you give me one moment, I'll look that up.
Yeah.
I don't know that one off the top of my head.
Oh,
is
man.
it part of the key or is it separate?
Is it part of the key?
Yeah, well, there's a key with it.
No, what I mean is it part of the key?
Yeah, no. It's part of the. It's separate.
Okay, the key doesn't jut out from it. All right.
Okay.
So
What's that year again? 2011?
yeah. So listen, bottom line, is it $500?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's Hyundai what? What model?
Oh man,
Santa Fe.
Yeah, we need to do this quickly, Jeff. This is not good radio.
I do everything precisely.
All right, there. He's going to do that precisely on hold, and then we'll come back to him later. 303-713-TALK. Mike, what's going on with you?
Hey, Tom, I appreciate the phone call.
What's happening?
Well, I was in a workplace injury on Monday. I broke my ankle. And they're doing workman's comp. I'm not sure exactly how all this works. Do I need to get an attorney for this?
Well, normally a workers' comp attorney will get you more money faster and better than you can on your own. But there are times when, it's so simple and so easy, you don't need one. And a good attorney tells you that. A good attorney says, you know what, you really don't need me. Now, who do we have for workers' comp? We have Cliff Enton is really good.
Bendinelli.
We have Bendinelli. So what, Mike, tell me what the issue is.
Well, I'm a CDL truck driver, and I work for a pallet company out of Denver.
Okay.
And I went and hooked up to a trailer, and I took it to the yard, and I walked back to the doors to open the doors. And as I did that, all the pallets in the back fell out back on top of me and broke my right ankle. And this happened on Monday. And at the time, my leg was sore. I didn't really have any other pain. But the next few days following, man, I feel like I got ran over by a car.
Did you file, first of all, did you file a case? Did they open a case?
Yes, sir.
What's the prognosis? Did they say like you're going to be out for a month or what?
Well, I got to go to the orthopedics today to look at my ankle.
Is this directed by the company or your own?
The company.
Okay. So if I were you,
the company are being really cool about it. I don't want to have any problems. They're a really good company.
I know. If I were you, I would consult an attorney for a free consultation and ask them, do you think this is big enough where an attorney could make a substantial difference? A really good attorney will tell you the truth.
I would wait till after you get the diagnosis from the surgeon, though.
Meaning?
Meaning, hey, is it even broke? Is it just cracked? Or,
This is the company doctor work.
Yeah, but the first thing they're going to do is tell them, what's wrong with them.
Or, and you can always get... Go ahead.
They've already said that my ankle's broke. It needs surgery. When I went in, took the ambulance ride to the hospital.
No, but
and they wanted to get
he's
X-rays.
talking about the workers' comp doc, which is really not a workers' comp doc, but it's the company doc. It's the one they're using. So go to that doctor. That's good advice. Get that diagnosis first. Then go to an attorney with the diagnosis.
Wouldn't you say, though, the bottom line is this. If you just have a broken bone, it happened at work, they're going to pay for all medical expenses. You're going to get paid for the time off. When you can go back to work, you can go back to work, and it's done.
Well, an attorney will tell you that if it's that
but
easy.
I'm saying that's how it should go.
That's exactly. Or here's where problems come up. Let's put it this way. Problems come up most of the time in workers' comp. It's getting the case open. Once they open it and you go to a doctor, the biggest problem is what's called maximum medical improvement and impairment rating. In other words, when you are off or when you are getting treatment, even if you're not off, the doctor says you're at maximum medical improvement. You won't get any better. You're either like you were before the accident or as good as you're going to get. If you're not like you were before the accident, then there's an impairment rating. Are you 98% of what you were? Are you 95? This is where attorneys come in and earn their money. So really, when you get a diagnosis, a good attorney like Cliff Enton or Marco Bendinelli, you look at our website, they will look at you and say, okay, in these cases, we usually find a really big battle under maximum medical improvement. Or they might say these are usually slam dunks and it's a schedule anyway, and the most you're going to get is this anyway. You don't need me. Really, that's what a good attorney does.
And for the most part, I hate to say this, I might disagree with the amounts you get paid, but for the most part, the workman's comp system is pretty tight. It is what it is.
When you say tight, you mean skewed toward the worker or toward the employer?
Neither. I'm saying generally it does.
Do you like
what
the
it's
system?
Supposed. No, I can't stand it because if you lose a hand, you get X amount.
Yeah.
There's certain things that aren't there, but it is pretty cut and dry.
All right, we have more coming up, and Jeff Rosen, City Lock, will tell us the approximate cost of replacing that one key fob for our caller who basically has a fob draining batteries. And then he has something else to tell us. I think he has a Christmas special, I hope.
You know,
what do you think is going on with that house?
I'll tell you as soon as I see what I
With what, Mark?
requested and they're sending.
The contract?
Yeah. And who they wrote the check to. They're going to send me a copy of the check they wrote, and they're going to send me what the home builder said the reason is they're not giving it back.
Because we're supposed to go through some arbitration, but it's coming up to the past.
There's usually a very simple court process for keeping earnest money.
I can't imagine this is that fucking hard to get this money back. Problem is they got okey-doked in the middle by this attorney.
Yeah, but I want to lean on them because this is wrong. I mean, this got 10 grand's a lot of money for people to give up.
And then, like I said, you would think a realtor would be able, their realtor would be able to do it. Well, it was their daughter, and she just became a realtor.
630 K-How. Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your
Would you think if you had a good realtor, they could get that claw that money back?
Millions of people a year are getting their cash back.
A good realtor could get the earnest money back?
Yeah.
It's a home builder. They probably didn't have a realtor.
They did have a realtor. It was their daughter.
Okay, I'll tell you that Plumline Services has been around longer than I have, well, about the same. Now, I met Jeff Belk when he was starting this company with one van. He has grown it into a wonderful company. Plumline Services, of course, now Bob Logan's there as a general manager, and he's a part owner, and there are new owners, but the same culture of excellence. In fact, they really want to stress faith, ethics, character, excellence, leadership, and stewardship in plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, a company we all know and trust, Plumline Services. They don't want a website or number.
It's all right. I know what they're thinking. They're spending so much on SEO, if you just Google Plumline, everybody will get it. I mean, I see where they're coming from. I'm not saying I agree with it. You know, the good part about that is
let me
tracking.
look at my calendar here, bro. Hold on.
No tracking.
I realize what you're coming in about.
No reason.
Let's see.
Let's see if I'm right. If you just type in Plumline. Yep. Not only that, they're number 1 through...
Okay, so what date was it?
16th.
Is that the old folks home?
Yes.
I
It's
gave
on
you
my,
the.
why is it on my calendar? Yeah.
I just talked to Suzanne. I was just, she put it on there tentatively, but I wanted to talk to you.
Listen, there's good news. I gave you the price yesterday on the phone. We're on air, so I don't want to talk about it. The other option is we can trade out directly with Martino.
He's funny, right? Oh.
I will send you.
Almost.
I'll send you the address. It's here in just a minute. But it's 5 minutes from here.
Is it a nice place? Is it a office or is it a?
This is one of their actual facilities, communities. These are very high end.
Yeah.
They start off about $4,500 a month.
All inclusive.
This one has independent living, assisted living, and memory care.
Got it.
And then the one downtown just has assisted living and independent living, memory care. So I'll send you the invite here in just a minute. You have all the address. Thanks.
Do they die in them too or no?
Some people say they're the rest of their life.
Okay. No, I think what I meant is, do they literally die in them? Do they have that last? Do they have hospice care there?
They're not. It's not really for hospice.
Okay.
But it's, people move in, spend the rest of their life.
It's assisted living, bro.
Yeah.
Their average stay is about 3 years.
Yeah, but some of the ones with memory, I mean, people die.
It's not a nursing home where they don't have. Sometimes people need to have a higher level of care. Need to have round-the-clock supervision, nurses, things of that nature.
They don't have that.
That is a nursing home, not assisted living.
Well, we can't trade out then.
But assisted. So they do offer memory care and that type of service for dementia. But anyway, perfect. I will send you the invite. Thanks.
I wonder if I wonder what the youngest people that go into there are. Seriously.
That's 55.
You have to be 55.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well.
Don't those places usually swap out just for your Social Security check? Nursing homes.
What did you say?
Oh no.
Don't they generally just if you?
No, hell no.
No.
It's too bad.
Much more expensive.
It's called no.
So if you don't have the insurance,
you're sucked. Yeah, you're fucked. But it's really elderly care in our country. Elderly care in our country, there really needs to be a better solution, because it's not like people are drying up and going away anymore at 70. I mean, really. Yet they don't want to be alone.
Yeah, but don't you have to? I mean, you save. I mean, what do you say?
You're right. And Social Security takes it.
Nothing his mother could have saved that would pay $4,000 a month for her.
Oh, no,
unless
that's
she was
not true.
Unless she was a madam of industry.
They made money.
No, she paid. Yeah, we got land rent is what pays for it.
I know, but it's not easy. I would venture to say
My
most
point
of
was
them
your mom and dad set it up. You're not paying for it, are you?
No.
That's what I thought. My parents pay for their own
Mark,
shit.
most people don't have the discretionary income to do that.
To save?
Right.
Okay.
They're just living. I mean, honest to God, it's amazing what people live on. It's fucking amazing.
And it's a nice place, but $4,000 a month is a chunk of money.
I'm just saying a lot of people do have Social Security and some kind of pension. I'm not saying everybody by any means.
No, I would say a minority of people have that.
What do you think?
50%? No, Mark, they might have it, but it's not substantial enough to pay for shit.
Right.
It's... that's the thing. When the economy does well, and people are making money, we're assuming everybody's doing great. And they are, in a way. They're doing better than they did. But it doesn't mean there's an excess of cash. What do we do about it? I don't know what the fuck to do about it. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Well, in the old days, the kids lived with their parents, right? Parents lived with the kids.
Both. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Jeff Rosen with City Lock of Boulder, our expert on key fobs and keys, and also, of course, regular locks for your house and car, too, not just for the cars, but for houses. Jeff, so about this guy that keeps having a drain on his battery in the key fob. The key fob is obviously shorting out or something, and people need to know this, that they can short out, and you shouldn't get them wet. And I never knew that. I actually have had snow all over mine and never worried about it. But I guess I should start worrying. How much does it cost to replace that one particular one he called about it?
Okay, $125 for the unit and $50 for programming.
Okay, so
That's
$175 bucks. What's that?
Normal price, but if he takes advantage of the deal today, we'll save some money.
What's the deal?
Okay, the deal is very quickly. They have to make reservations to hold the deal. Make reservations by Saturday midnight on our website, calling us any which way.
And then what happens?
Name and a phone number.
If they make a reservation before Sunday midnight, did you say?
Saturday midnight.
Saturday midnight, what do they get?
Okay, they bring their car to City Lock at 2898 30th Street here in Boulder, and we're going to add keys, remotes, fobs, whatever the car takes. Any brand of car that we support, and we support virtually everything.
Yeah.
And they'll get $5 off any traditional key that has a chip in it, $10 off any key with a chip that has a remote in the head of it, and $25 off any remote that works with a push button or twist knob keyless ignition. And since that's not enough off already,
yeah, I was going to say it may make up for the gas for going to Boulder, but then what?
But then they got to save more money. The diagnostic tool programming will be free.
Okay, now that's worth it. Okay, that's good. That's good, Jeff. So $5 off a key, $10 off a little more, $25.
Can you have them repeat that offer?
No, I'm not. But it's $5, $10, or $25 off. Plus, here's the big thing: programming is free. City Lock of Boulder. So it's 303-444-4407. 4407. 444-4407. I appreciate that. I'd ask for his website right now. It's on our referral list at referrallist.com.
But you don't have 10 minutes.
I don't have the rest of the time. Find out what his website is and give it to us, please. No, there are a lot of people that want to replace. They want to replace their fobs or
fix all kidding aside, at the dealerships, that's a $300-$400 key any way you look at it.
It is. I mean, you're saving a lot of money.
The website,
yes, Suzanne?
It's citylockusa.com.
Citylockusa.com. Thank you. So that's you just have to reserve this deal by Saturday midnight, and if you do, then you get that offer, a 5, 10, and 25 off, plus the big thing, which is free programming. Kirk, what's going on with your roof?
Yeah, Tom.
Hey.
In this last snowstorm, I got 2 leaks in my roof, and the water's coming through. So I called my insurance. They're going to pay for the damage, but they're not going to pay to have the roof fixed.
Well,
and
hold on a sec. You have a leak in your roof. Oh, yeah, I know why. Because yeah, that's easy. Because you're talking about your insurance company now, or are you talking about the roofer?
Well, the insurance company I called first, and they said they won't cover the roof, but they'll cover the damage from the water.
That's exactly right. That's right.
So I called the roofing company. I've called them since starting Monday, all Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah.
And I get an answering machine.
What's the name of the roofer, Kirk?
Great American Roofing and Restoration.
And what is your warranty?
I signed this contract 7/24/18.
What was what is the
5-year?
5-year against what?
Yeah. I think it's against materials and labor.
Do you have a warranty literally that you're looking at, or you're just speaking out of memory?
It says limited workship warranty.
Okay.
So
I mean, I think that would include leaking, and it was a 5-year deal, and all you want them to do is fix the leak. Now, you do understand why your insurance company is not finishing the leak, right? Or is not fixing it, right?
Of course,
Because
they put a new roof on.
It's not an event. It's not like if something, like a rock fell off or something, a tree fell on it, it'd be different. Okay, Mark, what were you going to say?
Well, if you don't get it fixed soon, they might not fix the rest of the damage that leak's causing. You got to stop the leak.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Right. My traveler's insurance is coming out next Wednesday to assess the damage, but I've been calling the roofing company, and they just
okay. Listen,
machine every time I call.
The point Mark is making, and I want to make this clear. Even let's just say the roofer never calls you back. You can't keep the leak going, or your insurance will not pay for it. Once you become aware of it and have a reasonable time to fix it, you must do so, or additional damage will not be covered. It's called mitigation of losses, which just means, reducing your loss. Now, here's the deal. So many people get so pissed off, they can't get the roofer out there that they let it go. But if it's an expensive repair, I can understand the reasoning. I want the guy to do it who put the roof on. He owes it to me. But there must be something temporary you can do, even if you put a tarp over it. So you put a tarp over if you know where it's leaking. Do you know where it's leaking from?
Yeah, one is the center wall in the center, and then I've got the it's on the outside. It filled up and took out 3 electrical.
Do you know where on the roof? Do you know on the roof where it's leaking?
I just know where the water's coming through.
Oh,
I'd call Excel.
Yeah. You know, you may have to call another company, man, and take them to small claims court.
Or at least pay them to make the leaking stop for now.
Right.
You've got to do something, man.
Usually what they'll do, if they'll go up, do you have an open attic?
Yes.
Usually an open attic tells you where it's coming, usually, if it's not hiding and going down a wall. So you might be able to see where it's coming in. And water can come in and travel down a rafter, down a truss. It can travel down a stud. It can travel across and down. It just takes a path.
And when you pick the restoration company who's going to come out and dry everything and fix it, even though the insurance is going to pay for it, go to referrallist.com and pick a good one that's not going to rip your face off.
Just don't get ripped again, okay? But you can't wait for this guy. Now, you obviously called us for help, so we're going to call for you.
I left him a message.
Okay, good. Sometimes that'll shake things up. So the name of the company again, Kirk, I want everyone to hear it, and I want them to know we've been talking about him, because what good is a company that doesn't live by its warranty? What's the name of the company?
It's Great American Roofing and Restoration.
Great American Roofing and Restoration. Hey, do good by your customers, huh? Do good. Do your warranty work.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
There's a few of the usual slow spots.
He's not understanding this rule.
Who?
My stock buddy. Dan,
Oh.
Not this one. He doesn't understand the wash sales at the end of the year.
You do that every year, Mark?
No, this year we're not gonna. I don't think we're selling all. Last year I couldn't have timed that better in a million years. We each had about a $75,000 loss, and we had the $75,000 back in profits within fucking 60 days. If I could do that every year, oh my God, you'd be the richest man on the planet.
Because it helped us in taxes.
And there was no real loss. That's the whole point.
Was it the same stock that rebounded?
Yeah, that's the only time it matters, is when it's the exact same stock. If you sell at the end, you got to wait 30 days to rebuy.
Rocky Mountain Retro Foam, that is an insulation company. Now, if you look at this video, I say seeing is believing. You'll see the video here. FoamYourWalls.com. I put such an emphasis on the video because it shows the injection foam going into a wall cavity, filling every nook and cranny. And it shows it's not a hard epoxy type thing. It's not a spray. It never gets hard. It maintains R value. It's environmentally friendly, no off-gassing, and it fills every nook and cranny, and it pushes away any old insulation in there if you have it, and it fills it all up. It makes your home more energy efficient. People are reporting savings up to 50% on energy bills. And guess what? More quiet. Like 80% more quiet. Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. If you need insulation after the house is built, an older house or most recent house, you'll never do better. FoamYourWalls.com. I assume I have to pick one.
Actually, I want to ask her a question. Who do I know that
I'm going to try to come up, we got to try to come up with something extraordinary to get people to move, because I know they're sitting on damage.
Yeah,
Right now, just not getting it done.
Does it work the same way with winters?
No.
Yeah, they're completely different. They don't treat it as the same. You pay taxes on
Want military-grade gear delivered directly to your doorstep? Join over 250,000 customers already.
Are you kidding? Everybody in the
box built by Navy
and their
Army Rangers, Delta Forces, Special Ops
don't
Guide.
do that about
You'll
that.
receive seasonal tactical and survival gear essentials to be better prepared at home and on the road. And a digital subscription
you can
to our
only take
community.
$3,000
It includes
off.
backpacks, helmets, hammocks, holsters, vests, and more kick-ass gear. Get it for yourself or gift something unique this year. Rise above the ranks at crateclub.com. That's crateclub.com.
Use your voice to make a living. For example,
Look
as
at
a
that.
teacher or lawyer or politician
What?
or radio or TV.
I wonder if on the radio if it does that.
I wonder, huh?
Singing in a choir or, I don't know, as an auctioneer, and you find your voice giving out on you or persistently raspy or causing pain in your throat, please get the help
You see
that
that
I got
from that house come back up yet, or?
in the Colorado Voice Clinic. Dr.
What?
Upperman specializes
On that house, did they send it yet to you? Because they were supposed to send it to me this morning.
Learn more.
Well, they couldn't figure out how to text them, so I gave them my email. Give me their number.
I gave them the email.
Give me their phone number. Or are they still on? Is that older couple still on? With the house I was talking to in there? Ask them if they emailed me that stuff. Line 3, I think.
I got their number. It was a call in. I gave them their.
Yeah, that's it. Ask line 3 if they emailed me that stuff. What are you bitching about, Homesicle?
I gave them not a text. I gave them an email to send it to.
What'd you think of how I nailed your whole key fob, like without even ever dealing with key fobs in my life? I could diagnose and tell you your exact problem.
I don't know if that's it.
No, just pick up and ask them real quick if they emailed me. Yeah, I sent them an email like 20 minutes ago.
Dell's biggest Cyber Monday week ever.
Dan gave them an email. I gave them an email. They have text phone numbers. I mean,
I don't have a text phone number. I never gave them a text phone number.
I'm going to send Jeff Vick out there from Kimmer Transmission to make photocopies.
Get free shipping. Call 877-BUY-DELL to talk to a Dell small business technology advisor.
You want photocopies of my ass? What?
I need you to drive to Arkansas real quick.
Or visit Dell.com/SB Cyber Monday.
I can do that.
This is so weird though. This one. And then
for your next ideal home
they said they keep on putting off the arbitration. This sounds almost like a scam.
You know what? We're not going to work this day.
For example, if you're approved, approval means you can get a loan, but with ideal home loans, they go beyond.
They could not email while on the phone, so they had to hang up to email you. They said, when you get the email, you'll tell us, and we'll give them a call back for the show. So let us know.
Why did they email me this morning?
Doesn't matter. What do you want to ask him another question?
No, I told them to email the stuff this morning.
They will refinance you free.
This is weird. Whose phone is this?
I know. I just ordered a new case.
You didn't order a new phone?
No, it's not the phone. It's the case. No, the phone is like new.
It's just broke?
Yeah.
Oh, your phone's brand new?
Well, no. The phone's not brand new, but if I take this off, I can see
630 KHOW.
The 20th is
What? Hey, what?
the 20th is going to be a short day.
The 20th is going to be a short show day?
Yeah, for
Why?
us. Because women's
Hey, Mark, you
basketball.
want to start? Love women's basketball.
Oh, my friend, no the low rider.
Hey, I'm pretty good at that, wouldn't you say? Ed, don't you think so?
Actually
Come
thought
on.
it was the song. When
You
were
thought
singing.
that's what I'm saying. People get confused all the time. All right, 303-713-8255. Tom, let's go to. I'm still waiting for the
Why don't
emails
we
from
have
that
it?
couple.
Why don't we have it?
There was a little miscommunication. They're a little older, so we've got it handled now. We should have them soon.
Okay, that's good. Now, Kathleen, how are you?
Yes. I'm right here.
Okay, we need now. I don't hear you very well, Kathleen. I don't hear you very well. Can you? Are you driving or are you sitting there? Can you get off any headset or Bluetooth?
Yes, I'm not on anything. I'll come up to the top of the layer of the church.
You're fine, Kathleen. Kathleen.
Okay. Does that help?
Okay, so Kathleen, what's going on?
We just did that big Thanksgiving outreach. We served over 1,900 meals.
Yes, and by the way, Kathleen is with Pastor Lauren, his better half, and they have a East Bible Baptist Church, and they feed people, and they do wonderful work. And, okay, so you had this big meal for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
What's going on?
Republic Services has not been here for 3 weeks.
Mark's favorite topic, trash companies.
Yes, and now we have trash literally everywhere. And every day I get a promise. They were supposed to be here yesterday. They're supposed to be here today.
What company is it?
Republic.
Republic. I've never heard of them. Are they a big company?
Yes. Nationwide.
Republic Trash Recovery or whatever.
Right.
Republic.
Right.
Now, what did you say, Deputy Dan? What do you got?
I think they're buying up the smaller ones around here. So
can we light a fire?
I'm going to call right now.
Yeah, we're going to call right now. This is bad. While you're on the line, Kathleen, when can the public help once again? I know you guys do a lot for the holidays. What's your next thing going on?
Christmas.
Okay, and when are you feeding people?
We're not feeding on that day. We're giving away boxes on the Sunday. So we're feeding by giving boxes of food away on the Sunday before Christmas, and we're giving gifts.
So is that Sunday the 22nd?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how do people help you if you need? Do you need food or stuff?
Non-perishable food.
Non-perishable food. You're going to be making up.
Not vegetables like corn, canned, or beans or peas. We have plenty of that.
So what would you need? Give me an idea. Canned fruit?
Yes, canned fruit, instant potatoes. Cereal is another big one that we have to get. Like even oatmeal, anything like that.
Okay.
Canned fruit is huge.
And you're making, and how many boxes do you normally give out for the holidays?
Well, right before Thanksgiving, we gave 64.
Okay. So where do people find out where to drop it off?
I need to give them my number so they can meet me at the church.
Okay, the number is?
303-916-3214.
Okay, so it's 303-916-3214 to find out how you can contribute. They help many, 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 many people, and they don't take a dime for themselves. Rochelle's got a computer question. I'll give that number out again for the East Bible Baptist Church is 303-916-3214 to help out. So, Rochelle, what's going on?
Hi, I'm calling. I'm able to call you because my manager's not here.
Okay.
I have a computer question.
Yes.
Seriously. Okay, I have a HP laptop, wireless, and then my husband has a desktop. For whatever reason, whenever I change my background, color, picture, whatever, it changes his.
What?
And then,
That's hard to believe. His desktop will change when you change yours on the laptop.
Yes.
But only when you do it, hold on, only when you're on the same Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, well, I only have the one Wi-Fi.
No, but
now,
what I meant was, Rochelle,
I don't know.
Here's what I meant. If you took your laptop to a Starbucks and you got on their Wi-Fi and you changed something on your computer, when you go home, is your husband's computer changed?
Well, I don't take my laptop anywhere.
Yeah,
so
I understand that, Rochelle. I just I'm trying to diagnose it. That's why I asked, would it happen if you were on another Wi-Fi? But here's what we do know. You make changes and they happen on your husband's. Do all changes happen or just a few?
Well, a few from what I noticed. Like, for example, I was on his computer. I use it to print because it's hooked up to the printer. And I've opened up my email. Well, ever since I've done that, my email notification, if I'm on his computer and I don't log in.
Hold on. This is very clear. You hold on. We'll come right back to it.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like
Colorado Computers. What's his name? Yeah, like Charlie Dunham. Yeah.
Actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
But, is it a is it a mirror or is it changing? Because she says it changes his stuff.
I assume it changes to the same thing.
This is some crazy stuff with PC that does this?
Hey, what time is it there right now?
Right now it is 20 minutes.
Okay, you're going to bet me what?
My wife and I listen to you every day. You
All right.
are the best on now. I mean, you really nail it, and I really appreciate what you have to say, and God bless you.
The Dan Kaplan Show. Weekday afternoons at 4. Just right here, my friend. Little did you know, Dan, you just became Japan's favorite morning show. On 630 KHOW.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown today at 2. 630 KHOW Denver.
Gunman at Naval Air Station Pensacola today was an aviation student from Saudi Arabia.
What happened? Are you shitting me again?
Where was it? This
Nellis
is
Air Pensacola, Florida.
Wow. What is it, man? What is it? You know, but it's young Middle Eastern males, and then people get crazy when you start. I don't know. I don't want to get into it.
Stereotyping?
Well, not stereotyping.
No, I think there's a purpose for stereotyping.
Well,
profiling, I guess, is a better word for it. Yeah.
I mean, profiling is an important thing.
Yeah.
But during 9/11, when we had friends being trained at TSA, and they said to them, now this was the biggest. Now listen, people, it's important that we don't stereotype. So therefore, if you see a young Middle Eastern male, don't search him.
Yeah.
Go to people who are blonde hair, blue eyes, people in wheelchairs, and other so we don't offend anyone. Now, tell me what the fuck that is all about.
Like I say, if a thief took off in a white Impala, now you just stop all the cars, not just the white Impala.
I remember when I was
Well, we don't want to profile the white Impala, so start pulling over black pickup trucks. Oh, wait a minute, that's black. That's right, we can't do that.
When we can't stop people, we can't stop young Middle Eastern males.
You know why, though? Do you know why they did that? Come on, think about it. The laws that are on the books. Laws on profiling. Like stop and frisk, for that matter, in New York and shit.
No, they're changing stuff.
There's no laws against profiling at all.
Yeah.
Really? So if a black guy's driving down the road, you can pull him over for a black guy driving down the road?
No.
Well, hold on. He's asking too far. He's mixing fucking things. First of all, you know, if you pulled him over simply because he was black.
My point is, you can't stop every Muslim because they're Muslim.
Of course.
You can't.
I didn't say you could, but actually, like he said, if they were white Impalas, you could stop every fucking white Impala.
That's right.
So you should be able to go by description. So yes, you could.
But that's not a description of a person. Hey, I'm not disagreeing.
No, not Muslim. If they said dark skin, dark hair,
not disagreeing?
they could. But what I'm saying is,
jeez,
in TSA training, when they said, this is in the past, when they said, you specifically do not go after a woman with blonde hair and blue eyes, or little boys, or people in wheelchairs. Come on.
I know. I'm not saying it's not retarded. I'm just saying the ACLU would have a heyday with it.
If all you were doing is harassing them, for goddamn right, but no one does that.
Like anybody wearing a towel on their head, check. You can't do it.
I bet you could. I bet you could now. If it was a description of a person was they had a wrap on their head, they could stop.
Yeah, but you're right. But you're talking indiscriminately. You're not looking for anything that was just done like a crime.
Hold on. You're talking about a screening process. In a screening process, they couldn't have a. Well, they could. They could have a rule in a screening process, and then they would be taken to court. And the Supreme Court would say they fucking violated rights. But they could do it until somebody complained. But you're right. Most of the time, if it's based on, well, they can't do it based on faith. Nobody knows faith. I mean, you couldn't say Muslims. That's what.
Nor do you have to say
what
faith
you are. Isn't that what Trump did on his immigration policy? Wasn't he singling out Muslim countries?
No, not at all.
In fact, he's
in his travel ban.
No. They were terrorist countries.
They were actually identified by the Obama administration.
Exactly. That's exactly right, Jeff.
No, you're thinking two different things.
Obama never used the term terrorist ever.
No.
Excuse me.
He's thinking two
radicalism.
different things.
Never used the term.
Right, but as a terrorist country is what they'll...
Wait, you're saying he never said, I'm not going to use these words.
No.
He
never used that.
But he
Nobody
never
said the words. He said he never said it.
Mark, I'm talking about he never referred to anything as being radical Islam.
That's
ever.
right.
Ever. The fucking guy never did it. He would talk about terrorists, and he never, ever even hinted it might be Middle Eastern source. But see, that's where I think we get stupid. Not that I think everyone is a terrorist, but you have to call it like it is. If 98% of terrorism was caused by young Middle Eastern males, then why wouldn't you have heightened security? I mean, I'm not talking about to be hateful.
No, but like you said, in the screening process, it's not part of the laws of the country.
Millions of people a year are getting
I wonder if it was ever taken to court. I really do wonder.
What are you waiting for? Learn more at discover.com/cashback.
Look, I think it's terrible if you are of that ilk, and you're innocently harassed. I mean, excuse me, not innocently, but you're harassed, and it must be terrible.
Well,
but I think I would
understand. That's what a lot of
understand.
black young males would say, though, Tom. It's exactly what they
If
would
a
say.
bunch of-
They were pulled over for being black.
I know, and it happens. In fact, they'll pull up if a guy's walking down in a neighborhood in Cherry Hills and he's black, or some guy is tall, has a suit on, carrying a briefcase. Most likely, the young black guy will be stopped to say, "What are you doing?"
Yep, very true.
Give me some ID. But why? It's, you know. What about that one controversial thing? Didn't they say if somebody, you could ask for immigration status, right? You can't do that anymore, right?
That was what I was saying you were mixed up of. That was on the, what is that, every 4 years or 12 years?
Census.
That was on the census.
What about it?
Trump wanted to add that to the Trump.
He wanted to add it back on there. It used to be
exactly.
on
It was on there forever, then they took it off.
What if you were?
Are you here legally or
are
not?
you a
basically?
citizen?
Yeah, are you a U.S. citizen?
And you can't ask that anymore.
Did it go to the courts?
Oh, yeah.
Was it one of those weird ones where they said,
So I have
well,
a
the
trivia
reason
question.
we're saying this because the question wasn't asked right or something?
I have a trivia question. Does the Constitution cover every single person in this country or only citizens?
Every person.
Yeah. So.
What though? You mean the Constitution? Yeah.
Somebody could sue someone.
Yeah, not the Bill of Rights.
No, particularly the Bill of Rights. Well, no, you're right, not the Bill of Rights.
Well, the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is just a set of.
I don't know.
The Bill of Rights is just a set of. Is within the Constitution.
Well, then I would.
Well, yeah, but I'd challenge that just based off of. I mean, I don't think so, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you can purchase a firearm.
But you can't vote.
Exactly. Well, you're not supposed to, unless you're Democrat.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, your consumer advocate fighting for you. RenewHomeInnovations.com is a company, if you want a beautiful bathroom and especially a shower, they specialize in this area. I love companies that specialize and do awe-inspiring work. RenewHomeInnovations.com. And they have some incredible holiday specials to keep their crew working. So just give them a call and say, Martino says you have incredible deals on showers. And they have a good, better, and best, and the best is the best. That's something that, you know, it's breathtaking. 303-904-2000. 904-2000. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Rochelle has a weird computer problem, but some people say it's not weird at all. Now, I'm not so familiar with PCs. I know a bit about them, but I assume they're PCs. Is that right, Rochelle? They're PCs, right? With a Windows platform? Yes. Now, I was told, and I don't know this, so I'm asking people familiar with Windows, there is a mirroring function where you can mirror your computer to another one. So if you have more than one computer, everything you do on one will be reflected on the other. Do you have that?
It's possible. I didn't, per se, set it up like that. I did accidentally, but not intentionally.
Okay, something could be changed. So let's say you do this. Let's say you create a folder for your desktop, and you write, and the folder is for photos, or the photo is for anything, just documents, and you put stuff in that folder on your desktop. Will that show up on your husband's computer?
No, it does not.
Only the settings.
Well, what's happening, because it was causing him to get angry at first. Like, I have a photo of my dog, so it would change his background on the desktop to my dog.
Right.
And then it gives email notification pop-ups on his computer.
But not other things. Just the. Is it more than the desktop? What if you
Do you guys
change
have
the
the-
volume on the computer? Would the volume change on his computer? Rochelle? Did she get disconnected?
Were they the same
Roselle?
logins?
She's not there anymore.
Did they use the same login?
No.
Okay, she is. I'm sorry. She's cutting in. Mark, here's what she said. They're on the same Wi-Fi network at home. She's never tried it anywhere else. She's never taken her computer somewhere
But
to
they're
see.
two different computers.
Right. A
Do you guys
laptop.
use the same login.
A laptop and a desktop. Now, what do you mean the same login?
Like anytime I log into Windows, I put my username and password.
Is your husband logged into his Windows, and are you logged into your Windows?
Now, here's another weird thing. Yes, I have a login, but I didn't set it up that way. I was told when they worked on the computer that when it updated, because they tried to take it off, when it updated at some point, it makes me log in.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like logging into their computer, but what we're asking is, when you log into the computer, do you use a different name than your husband does?
Yes.
Okay. So you log into yours, and he's logged into his.
Correct.
Okay, and I want to just hold on a sec and bring up Charlie Dunham from Colorado Computers. So Charlie's done a lot of work for us. He does PCs and he does Mac. Now, also, Daphne, we may want to get a hold of Mikey Thomas. No? Would he know anything about this?
Well, he knows a lot, but
okay. Yeah. So, Charlie, what would cause changes on her laptop to show up on the desktop? Here specifically, let me just give you an example. They're both on the same Wi-Fi at home. The husband is on his desk. She's on her laptop. If she changes the wallpaper to her dog, it changes on his computer.
Yeah, with Windows 10, they are both tied to the same Microsoft account, and there's some settings in Windows 10 that you can synchronize backgrounds and things like that.
Okay, but here, that's right. That's what we were told, something called mirroring. But when she makes a folder on her desktop, it does not show up on his desktop.
It's just a sync function. There's actually an on and off for syncing, right?
But I understand that. What I'm asking is, what does it sync? It seems to me
just like backgrounds and stuff like that.
But that seems weird to me that it wouldn't sync data. It doesn't sync.
Yeah, but Tom, usually it's because you have a desktop at home, a laptop at work, and do whatever, and you want maybe your kids' pictures on all, but you have different programs on each, but you want the same look and feel.
So can you literally select what you want synced and what you don't want synced?
Yes, you definitely can. And if you don't turn on OneDrive or don't put your stuff on OneDrive, then it won't synchronize the desktops or the documents or the pictures. There's a separate place for synchronizing settings like backgrounds and colors and things like that.
Okay, so you can synchronize everything, or you can synchronize just your settings?
Correct.
Okay, but how would that have gotten clicked accidentally?
By default, especially when Windows does these major quality updates, by default it tries to push you into the whole synchronization.
Okay, that's probably what happened. She mentioned she had a few updates, and after an update, it may have synchronized their settings.
Her best bet is to get her own Microsoft login.
But she has her own, she said.
Yeah, I'm the administrator.
No. They only have probably one Microsoft account. How would you explain that?
Right. That's tough to explain. Windows 10 likes to tie you into the Microsoft account, mainly so that they can watch what you're doing.
Hey, Charlie, do you have to have that at all? Can't you just operate your computer locally without a Microsoft tie-in?
Yes, you definitely can.
So
And
if
that's how you get
they set them both up independently, it seems to me that would be fine without any logins.
Well, not if they're using stuff like OneDrive.
Yeah, I use, yes, that's right, OneDrive, but I have just a OneDrive app. It doesn't do everything. It just does OneDrive. You can sign up for individual services if you want. But listen, here's the thing. Where are you located, Rochelle?
I live in Green Valley Ranch.
Okay. And how important is this to you?
Well, it's not really important, but I'd like to keep our stuff separate. I have nothing to hide except
Okay.
if I'm getting a package
If you have nothing
delivered,
to
I
hide,
don't wanna
here's the
know.
deal. Charlie, you might be able to do something on the phone and walk them through it.
Yeah, either on the phone or I can get remoted into them and show them where those settings are.
Why don't we try that? We'll hook you up off the air. Daphne, just give them Charlie's information.
Yeah, most of the stuff he does, he can do remotely, and he charges a very good, honest amount.
Oh, yeah, he's very good at what he does. Now, did we call the trash company?
Yeah, I did. They're escalating it right now. Republic is ginormous. I do believe there's a.
You told them it was a big church, or not a big church, but a church
Oh,
that had a lot
they
of.
understand everything. I do believe it's going to be picked up today. I should have a verification very soon.
Lauren, will you let us know?
Yes, we will.
Okay. Thank you, Pastor Lauren, and we will help you. By the way, by telling people to donate to East Bible Baptist Church. And the number, do we have that number handy? I didn't write it down again. I'll give it to, do you have it, Dan, Deputy Dan? For their food,
yes,
they
I do.
give away food boxes of non-perishable food. They give it away the Sunday before Christmas. And what's the number if they want to donate, people?
303-916-3214.
Okay. We have more coming right up.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's
I don't
Michael
know why
Brown.
People can't email that stuff.
What's that, Mark? Oh, I know. I don't think they're big on that, Mark.
I have no idea what to do.
I don't think they're big on email.
Plumb line short, go. Or wait.
Got it. Thanks. Plumline again. Plumline Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. What can I say about them? I can tell you that all of the people there share a mission of doing things the right way. They do free second opinions as well, and this is very important. You have to have companies that you know and trust. They have done work for me. They have their own drain division, and that means they don't hire any subcontractors for that, like most of them in this business. Plumline Services, faith, ethics, character, excellence, leadership, and stewardship. That's plumlineservices.com.
When's Master Router?
Okay, what were you asking me? I was trying to keep you quiet while Tom was talking there.
We're hour 3.
It's so rude.
I want to start doing Master Router right after he does Plumb Line.
Fix it. Fix it.
If you want a better one.
They get free third opinions. And then, if you need a fourth, call Fix It.
So Master Router is right after.
You were asking me something?
Mark, it's on 40. It's at 40. It's at 45.
What were you saying?
Were you asking me something?
Oh, call those old people, man. My God. It's 10 grand. They're really struggling getting us anything.
Why aren't they giving us shit?
They're old.
They probably can't scan it.
I said even take a picture of it. I don't care how they get it to us.
They don't have a Polaroid.
You know what? We can have Jeff stop by there on his way to Arkansas for the other ones.
All right.
All right?
All right.
You know, most of our rights are in the Bill of Rights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think you have to be a citizen for a lot of them. So I disagree with both of you.
I didn't say anything.
I think it was
I just said the Bill of Rights is part of the
How
Constitution.
old do you have to be a president? Isn't that in there? That's discrimination.
35.
It's all about
Age
religion.
discrimination.
It's religion, militia.
Right to bear arms.
Yeah, that's the militia, and then the
Speech?
taking over personal property and let's see.
Taxation.
Unreasonable search and seizure.
Taxation.
Unreasonable search and seizure, and let's see.
Double jeopardy.
Freedom from quarter.
Here, I'll prove you guys are wrong in one sentence. They would send off people that weren't citizens to Guantanamo Bay.
Oh, listen to this. You can't
do that to a citizen.
There's certain things
Unless you
shall
do it
any
on the
person
down
be
low.
subject to this.
No. Once a Guantanamo Bay.
This is,
was
I
on
didn't
the
realize,
battlefield.
double jeopardy
No,
is
they
in,
send people there. There
double
was
jeopardy
definitely
is in the
people
Bill of
sent there.
Rights. Double jeopardy is in the Bill of Rights. And so is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And so is,
You know, double jeopardy's kind of bullshit because
a speedy trial.
the feds might fail and then they'll go after you locally or reverse.
A speedy trial.
Which is all
No.
speedy trials, complete bullshit.
It sure is.
Okay, hold on.
Bullshit.
And then suits of common law where valid controversy the right to, listen to this, right by trial by jury. Do you know what it is, when it is? You have to exceed damages of $20.
Yeah, that's all bullshit too. Because for a speeding ticket, for example, you can't do it. Nowadays, it's no jail time. If you face jail time, you can get a
Excessive
jury.
bail shall not be required.
Excessive bail. What'd they get that last
But what does that
fucking guy
even
on?
mean? And then the other one.
No, who was the child molester? His was like $1 billion fucking dollars. That's pretty excessive.
I don't even understand this. The enumeration of rights are not construed to deny or disparage others. So your rights can't infringe on others. There's a lot in here. In fact, most of the shit we refer to is in the Bill of Rights.
But they are for citizens.
The power is not delegated to the United. Well, okay, hold on. What about, you mean the right to bear arms is only for citizens, right?
Right to bear arms is so wacky because
Unlawful
I
search
couldn't
and
even tell you
seizure.
because
Mark,
each state
Mark,
somehow overrides it.
unlawful search and seizure, that's for regular people. That's for everyone, right? Speedy trials for everyone.
My point is the Bill of Rights is for citizens. That's it. I'm not saying we do stuff to other people.
This
It
is the Bill
made
of
for citizens.
Well, that's all we had back then. I mean, we had fucking citizens. We were forming a country, right? Oh no, this was in 1791. So this was.
Shortly after.
So anyway, this was in December.
When I switch over, I'll call.
What's the beginning say?
Congress shall make. It just says Article 1. It's really.
It doesn't talk about citizenship though.
No, nowhere in this. Not that I'm saying it.
I'm pretty sure in the Bill of Rights it literally talks about citizenship.
I know it talks about citizenship with being able to be a
Mark,
president. You have to be an actual
nothing that I
citizen.
see here. Hold on. The power.
16th
I don't see one word about citizenship.
Yeah. What the hell did you do here,
What is
Doc?
that? What?
It's built on it, so I need to do it.
Jeez.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints, okay? Now, Simon put money down on an apartment. He doesn't want it. Now, Simon, I need to know a few things before we get into this, okay? So just tell your story.
Yeah, basically I put a deposit down. They were asking for a deposit up front to hold the place.
Yeah.
Put $600 down. Well, the day of the signing the lease, the night before, my son's mom had looked up the reviews and stuff online and found out that they have a pest problem. So
you didn't sign a lease.
No.
Now this deposit, when did you put the deposit down?
I put it down about a week ago on Monday.
Okay, and when you put this deposit down, had you already applied and were approved?
No, actually, my son's mom applied and she was denied because she didn't make enough money. So she had asked me to go on the lease with her to help her out, which I was doing.
Okay, but this deposit, was it in with a check?
No, actually, it was through a Comdata card.
And what were the terms? Did you get a receipt?
She got a confirmation number sent to her email.
Yeah, but what did they say to you? Did they say, oh, by the way, you need to put a deposit down to hold it? Is that what they said?
Yes.
Okay. And that's all they said? There was no discussion as to refundability or anything?
Yeah, no discussion.
Well, even if there was a discussion, most of the time deposits are refundable unless there's an agreement. I mean, I don't see how they can assume they're going to keep it. But what did they say when you said you didn't want it? What day was this? Was this right the day before you were going to move in, or when was it?
It was the day of us meeting up with them to sign the lease.
But what does that mean? You were going to sign the lease and then move in when?
This past Saturday.
Okay. So was it for December 15th? When did your lease term begin?
Actually, we never really discussed all that.
What did it say on the lease? Did it say December 1st or December 5th? What did it say?
The move-in day was for December 2nd.
Okay. So move-in day was September 2nd. I mean, December, I understand, December 2nd. And what day did you tell them you didn't want it? 3 days before that? 2 days? 1 day? When?
Just this past Saturday, we had.
I don't have a calendar in front of me. Just help me out here. I mean, I guess I'll get one here, but I'm just trying to ask, how many days before you were going to move in did you tell them? Was it 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day? That's what I'm trying to. I'll look on the calendar. So it was last Saturday. That would have been on the 30th, and you were supposed to move in on Monday. You told them on Saturday, and you didn't want it on Monday. I think that's unreasonable. I mean, they left the apartment open. So I don't think they should necessarily keep your money. But why did it take you that much time to figure out you didn't want it?
Well, actually, we had looked up on Friday night the reviews and whatnot, and Saturday we were supposed to meet up to go over the lease and sign the lease and whatnot, and that's when she had let them know that she was backing out due to the pest problem.
I get it, and you know what? I would do the same thing. Now, you guys were under no agreements. I mean, I think it's a little weird that you waited so long. I would have said, you know what? I would have looked it up when you put your deposit down. I would have done it before I put the deposit down. But that doesn't matter. They never said to you, they never gave you something that said we're holding this apartment open and it's non-refundable. I mean, it seems to me that you were meeting to sign a lease. You decided not to sign the lease, so why the hell are they keeping your money? I mean, I don't understand. What reason did they give you?
They just said that due to the fact that they jumped through hoops and tried to make it happen because.
And by the way, as crazy as this sounds, I understand that. And I understand the logic of wanting to keep it. I'm not talking about the logic. In my opinion, not a legal opinion, but I think they don't have a right to do it. So even though I know why they're doing it, they're saying, wait a minute, man, you're supposed to move in on the 2nd. You tell me 2 days before? Screw that. You know, that doesn't sound right. But then on the other hand, you didn't even have an agreement. You didn't even have a deposit agreement. You had no agreement. I mean, for all this person can say you gave me a gift. I mean, I don't even know where you go with this, but can you reverse it in your app?
That's what I'm hoping for.
What's the name of the apartment company? Here's what I think. They just can't keep your money just for the hell of it. You had no agreement. Mark, if you were showing up to meet somebody on a Saturday and you had no agreement and you show up on Saturday to sign the lease, meanwhile you find out this place is infested with bugs, would you go through with it?
But you never signed anything.
Never. He said, that's what he said, nothing. He gave a deposit to hold it. He shows up to sign the lease.
How did you give the deposit?
On an app, yeah.
He probably agreed to it in the app. I don't know.
No, the app isn't their app. It's just a transfer app. Nobody agreed.
I'd try to get my money back, is that answer, but I have no idea what he signed.
Yeah. He didn't sign. We're right. You didn't sign anything, right, Simon?
No, I didn't. Actually, it was just.
Did she sign anything?
No, all we signed was an application for approval, and that was it.
On the application for approval, did you give a deposit at that time?
No, I did not. She did, though.
Okay, how much of a deposit at that time?
It was $600.
Okay, I'll guarantee you this now. Now. You said you signed nothing. She signed it.
No.
Oh, she did an application and did not sign it.
Just on the application she did, but other than that,
Simon,
no.
Simon, I feel like I'm doing a dance with you. Here's what I'm going to say. She signed an application and gave a deposit, whatever that application says is going to rule. So it's not true that she did not sign anything.
Yeah.
What does the application say about the application fee? Because that's really what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't a deposit. Fine. Jesus, I wish that I could learn stuff before going through this entire diatribe. Craig, what's happening?
Yes.
What's going on with you, Craig?
I'm calling for my daughter. She
Yes.
signed a 15-month lease about 40 days ago. And yesterday, the apartment community called and said, hey, the current tenants have decided not to move out, so they won't be out in time. We're going to put you in a nicer apartment in the same complex at the same price.
Okay, they're trying to mitigate. They're trying to mitigate damages or create a no damage. So what's going on?
Correct, which is nice. Well, our concern is when the lease is up, that she won't be able to afford the apartment because it's a waterfront apartment.
Well, you're not guaranteed on any apartment. You're not guaranteed any price. So that wouldn't be an adequate argument because.
Well, I wanted to ask you if, since they put her in this situation, I'm sure she can negotiate anything she wants, but what would be your guess of the likelihood of them saying, oh, we'll let you renew once at the same price
Craig,
or at a decreased
Here's what
price?
I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What they're doing right now is creating a no-loss situation. No one can argue there's a loss. There was a breach and no loss. Now the settlement is putting her in a better position. So that part's gone. Now let's talk about the future. There is nothing that would obligate them for a future obligation, benefit, or damages. She has the choice now to walk away. They can't hold her to it. But it would be unreasonable, not just with this apartment, but with the original apartment, there would be no clause saying you can renew at the same price.
Well, there might be. Why do you say that? A lot of times
I have never seen one lease. Now, you find me one. Never one that says you will renew at the same price.
Almost every commercial lease I have signed
Mark,
has a new.
Are we talking about a commercial lease now?
Well, no, but you're saying apartments don't have that?
Okay, I've only negotiated maybe 1,500 of them. I've never seen one, so that's possible. I mean, it is possible that somewhere on this planet there is a clause that says we're going to renew you at the same price. But for the sake of this call, Craig, I think that it's unreasonable to ask for that in any circumstance because no one has to rent to you at the same price every year. I mean, I shouldn't use the word unreasonable. They don't owe it to you. They don't owe it to you on the first one, so why would they owe it to you on the second one? You understand?
Well, the reason they chose the apartment, it's at a price they can afford.
But
so
Craig, that price that they could afford was guaranteed for how long?
Actually, I made a mistake. It's a 15-month lease.
Okay,
15 months.
The first apartment they could afford was guaranteed for 15 months. Was it guaranteed for longer than that?
No.
Okay. Then why should the second apartment be guaranteed for longer than that? Your argument's going to be.
I'm not saying it should.
You're saying
if you think it's
even if I know what you're saying.
They're under duress now.
Craig, I understand what you're saying. Okay, Mr. Holdbutton. What Craig is saying is even if the first apartment, I disconnected him by mistake. Even if the first apartment went up, it would not go up as high as the second apartment would go up. I understand that. So in that case, they can choose not to execute on the settlement offer. That is their power. They can't make them keep an artificial price simply because they're doing another apartment. I hope I made myself clear.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver.
If you want to renew, some say 10% more. But they don't normally do that, but there are some that do. You know why? In this market, I doubt anybody would do it.
They might put a maximum.
Police and rescue vehicles arriving to the scene. Another crash to watch out for. Southbound 225 on the approach to Yosemite. Starting to see some backups on that stretch. So watch.
I haven't been in an apartment in so long.
Hey, do you know, what do you think about what he was asking? I mean, he's saying, well, okay, I understand exactly why he's saying it.
If the lease said, okay, you have 2 options and the options only go up 5%, then I'd say, yeah, that could be an issue. But if there was no options or no price with the options, then it means nothing.
But here's the problem.
And the other thing is they get a much nicer place for a year.
If there's an escalator,
I'd take the nicer place regardless.
And they
what am I
might be better.
doing? Fix It 24/7, free second opinions. You know how I feel about second opinions? They're very important. Why? Because a second opinion can't do you wrong. You know, when anyone brags, hey, I can fix this, you don't need to replace it. Well, unless they can fix it, it would be silly, right? And Fix It knows what they can do. They know what you need. So if you need something new, they'll confirm it. If you have a great deal, they'll confirm it. If not, they have to beat it. So no matter what happens, second opinions always work. And with Fix It 24/7, they have a culture of doing things the right way for the best value in the business. Now you have to make that decision, and that's why they don't mind second opinions, and they'll give them to you free. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com is a good website. Go see them. FixMyHome.com.
They could ask them if they get a longer lease, if they want to stay in that, without.
They're probably not going to do that.
Because 15 months is kind of a irregular.
Weird, isn't it weird?
I don't know why they give it to them.
Irregular lease.
Why do you think more apartments are doing that?
A 15 month?
Yeah, why?
Why? So their cash flow is more manageable. They know what's going on.
But I mean, why wouldn't it be 18 months? Usually it's.
There could be an 8-month lease if you're willing to spend more. I think most of them they'll do whatever the fuck you want.
So
in this market, you're pretty much at their.
No. What I'm saying, the term of the lease, most of them are going to do. If you're willing to spend as much as possible, they'll give you a 1-month fucking lease.
Yeah, I guess they will.
No. What I'm saying is if they could extend it, maybe they go ask them for an 18-month.
Why would the apartment extend it at the same rate if they're already giving them a huge discount?
Right, they might just do it just to.
Well, yeah, worth asking.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's got to happen. I think apartments being very nice.
It's definitely.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, good. All right, thank you.
I'll get you on.
Definitely worth asking.
But like I said, they don't even know what they're going to be doing in 15 months.
She's cool.
They don't,
Chris.
15 months, they don't know what they're going to be doing in 15 months.
Who was Larson's assistant?
Well, there were several, but
no, the one that was here in the building.
The black woman.
No.
That is here forever. Oh,
older white lady.
Yeah. Dark hair Hispanic.
I thought she was mean as hell, but.
No, not her. Then
it was probably talking to somebody different.
No,
I'd know her by name.
And damn it, my memories. I don't know of any older lady though.
She was definitely older.
Was that right before he left?
I don't remember. I thought she was here in the building forever. In fact, I think she even outlived him. Who was the guy that got escorted out of the building?
Pat Connor.
I thought she actually worked for Pat as well.
God, I gotta think now. You know what though? People were so happy when he left.
And I thought she got escorted out with Pat.
Oh, really? Okay,
I thought so. I don't know for a fact. I mean, she left the same day.
And people were so happy when Tim got in there. So happy. I've never seen a station so united behind a leader.
How about
or 8 stations?
No malarkey. How about the dumbest name for a tour ever?
What about actually admitting little boys used to like to sit on your lap and rub your legs?
Did you see that one where he called the guy a damn liar? Wait,
a damn liar.
Yeah.
Damn
liar. Iowa yesterday.
And then he said, "You want to do some push-ups?"
Yeah.
What does that mean?
This guy was fat.
Do you want to arm wrestle or do something?
No, he told the guy he was out of shape.
Well, what did that have to do with anything?
I don't know if they were saying because he was old or whatever. And stuff like that.
I don't
know.
understand.
Because the guy asked him, "You're too old. You're even older than me, or you're my age.
Oh.
You can't be president because you have
And did you see Pelosi say, "Don't you mess with me"?
Get your pants on. We're going to the hospital.
Don't you mention hate with me. I'm a Catholic.
Out of the house.
Catholics
She
don't
did
hate.
that? To who? To who?
You didn't see that news conference?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
shaking, yelling at
She
me.
said, "Do you hate the the guy asked him, "Do you hate the president?"
Did you see it? You gotta look. She's like, she's quivering. She's so upset.
Apparently,
I don't hate anybody.
apparently Trump mocked her.
So is she saying she doesn't hate Hitler?
Well, here's
Huh?
here's
Is
the
that
thing.
what she's saying?
Does she say because she's a Catholic?
Every minute counts.
Yes.
She actually
says,
invoked
okay,
the
why
Bible.
do you approve abortion?
Almost any medical emergency.
Ooh, don't get into that.
DispatchHealth.com is how quality medical care makes a house call.
You know what? That would have been a hell of a good comeback, but it happened too quick. And a lot of times they'll yank the microphones away.
DispatchHealth.com.
That's the stupidest.
You already put it on my fucking calendar. I don't need it twice.
Now #1 for podcasting.
It's my tour.
An iHeartRadio station.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, listen. I did not mean to hang up on Craig. Craig, if you're listening, please, what I meant to say was I understand your issue. Your daughter was signing a 15-month lease on a cheaper apartment. And if it had gone up, she would have probably been able to afford a little more. But because that apartment wasn't available and they gave her a better one at the same price, that's fine for the first 15 months. But after that, if that goes up, it'll go up differently than the first one would have. It would have been too expensive. So I understand your concern. My only issue is you can't make them look into the future. Well, you can negotiate, but they don't have an obligation to do anything for you. They're giving you an option, a settlement. You don't have to take the settlement. You could theoretically sue them for breach of contract, but then try to come up with damages when they're offering you a better apartment for a year. You're going to say, well, that's not guaranteed after a year. And then their attorney will say, well, neither was the first one. I mean, it just goes nowhere. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Keith's got the same problem with Republic Trash. Mark, what is it about trash companies? Deputy Dan, you've dealt with a few. Deputy Clint's dealt with a few. What's going on? Trash companies, why all of them? We're getting complaints on virtually all of them.
You know who we haven't got one on is Waste Management.
The biggest one, right?
Well, I guess in Colorado. I don't know, man.
What is it? What is it about, Keith, what is it about Republic Trash? What are they doing?
Well, Tom, it's terrible service is basically what it boils down to. I had them, they missed trash pickup for me for over 2 weeks, and they just missed another one this week, and there's always an excuse, and sometimes there's not. Well, I can't say that. Sometimes there's just not even an excuse. They sent me one photograph from a driver that the alleyway was blocked where they couldn't get mine, and the other, I'm like, well, what about the other 4 times you haven't picked up in 2 weeks? So it's just terrible, terrible service, and I think there's better companies out there. And it's down to the fact now that I'm trying to get my contract to see if I'm under any obligation, and they won't even send me my contract. I've been asking for over a week.
Yeah,
so,
they don't really have to, really, technically. I mean, you would think they would, because if you don't know your own contract, what would happen is you would say you're canceling, and then they would have to produce it at that time if they want to enforce it. So are you looking to change companies? That's the way I would do it. I would just say, I want to cancel as of. They're going to say you're under contract. You're going to say, well, I need to see that. So that's the way that would happen. Right. But thank you for telling us that she's not the only one. That church, our East Bible Baptist Church, our friends over there, Pastor Lauren and his wife, it's a terrible thing that we're going through with these smaller trash companies. Now, Republic is big, but when I say smaller, they're buying up smaller companies. And it seems like the only one we're not getting complaints about is Waste Management.
It seems to me a lot of it's going to be just labor, man. It might be really hard to keep labor right now.
Oh, yeah, that could. I mean, everyone's saying that. Can you imagine? I mean, picking up trash is not a great job.
I think they make, $25 an hour, wouldn't you guess?
And don't these machines nowadays, most of them, doesn't that do most of the labor?
Yeah, I think like our guy, you got to push the can up to it, and it does everything else.
Now, remember, it's car day. I have my experts here twiddling their thumbs. You can call about cars. Martin, what's going on?
CBD oils, Tom. What was the name of the CBD oil that you use and like?
It's Panacea Life Sciences. Now,
and is that on your website?
Yeah. Or just go to Real CBD.
Okay.
Listen, realcbdthatworks.com. And just for people listening, all CBD oil works if it's done the same way and pure. It all works. It just so happens that Panacea Life Sciences is one of the few I found that honestly put CBD in their product. It's just like when I talk about stem cells. Stem cells work, and when they, not all the time, but when they work, they have to be real stem cells. And the problem I have is not with this stem cell or that stem cell. Stem cells will work if you get them alive. The problem is they're not alive in most products that you see, and that's the problem. But Martin, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. The concern I have is being tested, even when there's a slight trace of THC, after a while it can build up and will come back positive on a UA.
This is what they say. This is what they say at Panacea Life Sciences. They are so accurate in their science that their zero THC will never show up. This is what they say. Now, I said, and they've never seen it showing up, and they've done Defense Department crazy testing. Now, I can't tell you that's for sure, and I don't know if they would ever put that guarantee in writing. But what they're saying is their zeros show up in no test.
Okay. I just heard a rumor yesterday about somebody that said get a CBD oil that's double tested, which means another company tested to make sure what they're selling is correct.
They have an independent test.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
No, these people are independently tested for sure. But even the independent testing, is it really independent? Anybody can cheat any system. Do you know what? Do you know how some of these stupid independent tests work? Listen to this. See if you think this is stupid, Martin. I'd like to get your opinion on this, Mark, too. They send them a sample of each product. Now, tell me what the flaw is in that.
They can send them someone else's sample.
Or send them one that they just made perfectly for testing.
Of course.
Martin.
Yes.
The only way truly way to accurately do a third-party test is to take the end product at random.
Yeah, like you would order something from them right now over the internet, and when it showed up, you would have that tested.
Or go to their facility and take them off the line. Yeah, but so these third parties, they make me laugh. And here's the problem: it's because the FDA is not involved like they should be. I mean, they're not, because why? They don't want to legitimize it. I don't mean legitimize it as being legal, but make it commonplace. I don't know why. Why are people so turned inside out about cannabis plants? Why?
Well, because for years and years and years we were told it would kill you. That's why.
But we're talking about not marijuana, but it's the same.
What's funny is up until Panacea, I never really gave it much thought. I kind of always thought it was all the same crap, to be honest. I didn't know.
Yeah. When you say all the same crap, what do you mean?
Well, I meant when I thought of cannabis and I thought of CBD, I didn't really differentiate them as much as I know now in my head.
You mean because some cannabis
I thought
plants,
both of them had THC. I figured one strand gave you a hell of a lot more. I mean, really, that's what I thought.
And here's what happens. Cannabis branches off to hemp or marijuana flowering plants. And that's really, and then it gets very complicated. That's why you have to find a lab you really trust. I'm Tom Martino.
Now, Impact Traffic.
But it's the same plant. It's just that they fostered it because one has more THC.
Yes, but yes.
Crash there has been cleared out of the way, so good news.
I mean, you
there.
figure it out.
Lots of trouble spots to watch out for. I'm getting reports of a minor crash northbound.
58. I'll tell you, man. Hemp is a wonderful product.
Southbound 225 approaching Yosemite, backing you up
it
through
fucking works.
A bannock remains closed off highway at Spirit River with an auto pedestrian accident. Watch out for rollover crash being cleared westbound.
You wake up, right?
No, I always wake up.
Shut down.
I wake up
4 or 5 hours.
I wake up to pee. Does anyone else in the world?
You mean to pee?
No, I wake up and if I lay there,
Impact traffic weather.
it doesn't break
on 630 K now.
Are you in the right loan program for your current needs? Schedule a free mortgage review with American Financing. There's no pressure and no upfront fees, just savings. 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. Or regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
A great plumbing company that offers great discounts. Master Rooter Plumbing, 24/7 emergency service, free estimates, no trip charge in the Denver metro area, and they also give great discounts to military personnel, senior citizens, and single income families. 24/7 emergency service, toilet installs, maybe you need a new faucet. You get the idea. Any plumbing issue, Master Rooter Plumbing, 720-434-3406, 720-434-3406.
Green, do you suffer from depression?
I've been watching Midway.
That was exactly.
Had side effects such as weight gain or sexual dysfunction?
What I was going to say, exactly 32. In fact, that is what I said.
Suffers from depression and traditional medications are banned. Get help with Arahant Mental Wellness.
Oh, so you've gone. What number are you on?
The next one, I was in the middle
Mental
of
Wellness has a new way to treat
So you've almost finished that one.
magnetic
Halfway?
or TMS.
I mean, you said you midway.
Non-invasive, and it's FDA proven to treat depression, and there's none of the negative side effects of
Yeah, you want to watch a good documentary on World War II.
It's really good.
And
It really, there's a lot of stuff that you thought you know. You know, but
Whose is this? Whose is it?
World War II documentary with color.
In color, that's what it's called. It's nothing fancy. WW2 in color. And actually, I think the video is really good. It's all real video. But it's not like purely just Holocaust and stuff. It's more of from the end of World War I up until, well, really it does. It goes through the bomb. It goes through the treaty, actually. But the Holocaust is like maybe one episode out of it. The Blitzkrieg is really.
But you really do find out, like Blitzkrieg, when they did that, they were given their soldiers crystal meth so they'd stay up for 3 days at a time. The Germans were.
Yeah, like I didn't even know crystal meth.
I didn't either.
Want military-grade gear delivered directly to your doorstep?
50,000 customers already geared up with Crate Club, the box built by Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Delta Force, and Special Ops guys. You'll receive
Just turn it all the way down. You're not going to hurt anything. There you go.
I just didn't know if I had the right one or not.
But I don't know why it does that. Then on the next commercial, we'll just drop
Yeah.
it. Does it do that on the radio too?
Use that commercial that jumped away.
No. What goes out? No. What we hear is completely different than out there.
But it is really good. It's really like even Midway. I didn't understand. I knew it was a big battle and all that, and they actually got lucky. They intercepted their.
No, they did that. Wasn't that the old okey-doke, though? They gave them, I'm not going to tell you that because there's one coming up that's very interesting.
No,
we okey-doked them. We knew they were listening.
Oh, we did. That was Midway.
Okay, it was Midway.
It was Midway.
What did you
do?
In Midway, which was right after Pearl Harbor, our government was so smart, man. They knew somehow that the Germans were listening to us.
Japanese.
Or the Japanese were listening to us. So we would say things, we're going to go bomb them here, or we're going to move all our troops here. And they ended up fucking following what they were hearing.
No, that's not exactly what it was.
Well, it's the fucking gist of it.
Yes, Dad? What do you need here?
That was terrible, Jim.
Well, I could be thinking of something else then.
Well, they knew that they were looking at attacking the place that AF. They didn't know what AF was.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. No, AF was...
And so what they did is they sent a message out there saying, hey, Midway's having water treatment problems.
Exactly literally what I just said to Tom is the exact fucking example. He would have never known what AF was, so I said it to him in layman's terms.
What is AF?
Air Force?
No, that was their code.
It was a place.
That was their code that the Japanese said was going to attack was AF. They didn't know what AF was.
But did they know they were listening?
Yeah, yes, they knew they were listening. So what they said to make sure that Midway was AF, they sent another one out saying, hey, Midway's having a water treatment issue. And then it came back from Japan and says, hey, Midway's or AF is having a water.
Now is that not what I was trying to get through to you?
Not very well. Not very well.
How do you argue with stupidity?
But he said the same thing. He said they knew what. Hold on. Here's what he said. They knew they were listening, so they misdirected them. Basically.
Well, they knew they were listening, but they were trying to find out what AF was, and this made it knew that AF was Midway.
He's a fucking engineer. Let's not forget what he is.
No.
How does
He
that
wants to overcomplicate
what
everything.
he said wrong?
Well, I didn't even understand what he said. I don't think he understood what
He said what you said, except he didn't mention AF.
And I didn't take 18 minutes and 12 seconds to say.
He said they knew they were listening. You both agree.
All I
And
had
they
to tell Tom is
misdirected-
they
and
hope
they
he goes around the
misdirected.
radio, and we would have been on the same
And they
page.
misdirected them. Did they misdirect them?
No, they didn't. They wanted to make sure where they were going to attack was what Midway was. They didn't misdirect them.
They told them really where they're going to attack. Really.
They wanted to make sure that AF was Midway. And that's,
You're
what,
not
that's,
gonna
not,
win.
that's not misdirection.
Hi, Tom Martino. You were a
Troubleshooter 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, Gary, go ahead. What's going on, Gary? Welcome.
Yes.
What's going on, Gary?
I need somebody to provide a space for a transmission in my car.
You need someone who has a garage?
Yes.
And for what reason? You want to rent a garage?
Right. To put a transmission
in a car.
In my car.
Okay.
Wait, you want to put your own transmission in?
Well, I'm 70 years old.
Yes, and?
I worked all my life.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not afraid of it. I have bought another used transmission.
Okay. You already have the transmission, and you have the car that needs it. You just need a place
Right.
to do it.
Right.
And why did you choose to do it this way? Because you can't afford the other way?
I'm on my Social Security.
Okay. Well, you're lucky you know how to do this stuff, Gary, right?
Right.
I know places like DIY Auto Repair in Denver, but
what do they do?
Well, you rent a bay, and it's like $39. But the problem is, if it takes them 16 hours, you might as well add Jeff to it. I mean,
Gary, how long will it take you?
The book said 6 hours.
No, but what do you think? You're not a mechanic. How long will it take? Or were you in the business?
Well, shaping me.
Were you in the business?
Yes, I will have you.
okay, I can just tell it's gonna. There's no way if he's paying even $39 an hour, it could cost him 3 weeks for all we know.
Gary, the short answer is I don't know anyone cost effective to rent a garage from with a lift. You're going to need a lift, right?
Right.
Actually, he might even need. No, I don't think he'd need two.
And
lifts.
also, here's the other problem.
Special tools
And liability.
jack,
like
parts.
if Jeff, let's say Jeff let you use his garage, his insurance would cancel him if they found out. I mean, it's going to be more difficult than you think unless you just have a friend and you go rent a lift. You know, that's the only way I can see it being done.
Or a buddy that's got one, but who has that?
Do you have any friends with a garage? Or maybe
No,
you
I
rent
don't.
a store. You know what? You can rent a storage facility for a month.
You know who does this a lot? It's not going to benefit him, but a lot of people don't know this. Most of our big military bases actually have that for the guys, where they have lifts and stuff they can go use.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Well, there's also some of the technical colleges and the two-year colleges that have their own classes that they do auto mechanics, and they may take it on as a project where he could just bring it in and they'd do it.
That's like how Jeff gets his haircuts.
Hey, Gary, have you ever thought of calling any of the technical colleges, the vocational colleges?
No, I haven't.
That's a good idea. Meanwhile, take his information, Daphne. Take his information and see if anybody calls, okay? 303-713-TALK. I assume she heard me. I'm not getting any acknowledgement at that I'm alive. Okay, good. Let's keep going here. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255.
Hey, real quick, think of the liabilities. If you did have a lift in your house, a 70-year-old man working in your house, in your garage, on your
You'd be
lift.
liable.
Oh, my God, you could be killed.
Andrea, what's going on with you, Andrea? Is this Andrea? Hello? Whoever it is, hello? Is this Andrea? Who is this? Okay.
Andre?
I'm sorry. It's okay. Andre, what's going on?
Yeah, I was wondering about Car Shield. Have you ever had any problems with people getting
Jeff,
paid
Car
from
Shield. Well,
Car
first of all,
Shield?
what do you think, Jeff?
One of the worst companies out there.
One of the worst. Listen,
Is it?
generally,
Yeah, I was with them for like 2 years. I had my first claim, and they wouldn't pay it. It was my PTU on my 2010
I don't know
Lincoln
of anything.
MKS.
How about this way, Andre? I don't know of any that they pay. They suck. Most aftermarket car maintenance plans suck. Most of them in general suck. So if you want to sing on, we'll try to help. If you experience property trauma, and I hope you never do, fire, flood, storm, mold, chemical exposure, toxins,
The Jerry
asbestos,
Springer Show.
remember this name.
Reruns of the fucking Price is Right.
Well, the other side to that would be who's watching those.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
They're advertising to the exact people they want to call them. Hey, these guys are watching The Price is Right.
Oh,
This
man.
message is for
It's
all of you sitting in the
brutal.
passenger seat. And
Some of
apologies if
these.
it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it
God,
feel?
this guy, I love how he says the book called for 6 hours. That is the best. I don't think
got
I've ever
news for
heard
you.
someone say that.
So what does that mean? He'll do it in 6?
I know, like there's this magic book.
Volunteer to text for them.
It's like, well, my 6 hours
I
is
need
up.
an airplane repair manual. That means I can go fix a 747 in whatever amount it calls
Book
for.
calls for 6 hours. Okay, then that's for a technician that knows what he's doing. He's got all the proper tools. He's got all the proper equipment, and he's not 70 years old.
And he's got a shop. And he's done it at least, hopefully, once before.
It's like that jerk that tried to freaking sue up in Boulder and wanted to be able to pay for what it actually, the time that it actually took the mechanic to work on a car as opposed to what the book called. He didn't think it was fair.
No.
He was a moron. Are you kidding me?
God help us if these people ever call an attorney to talk to. You know when
You have the first 2 pages.
what the hell are you sending me, bro? Bruh?
Well, look at how you
Bruh?
Brah.
Bruh?
Isn't that funny?
This guy Dan's blowing up my phone. Okay, let me see.
The Trump.
All right, here's the 10,000.
I sent you your, so you could look at, blow it up there, and see if you can blow it up, or...
God, I can't even read it on this, man.
See on your computer, you should, I sent it to your,
It's definitely Ernest. This is horrible. Damn, these are horrible. No, I'm telling you, I'm not going to be able to read these. I'll double check that theory, but I think we're... No, I don't have it in here.
Calling his meeting with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in Lisbon,
I sent it to your
said that the United States made progress on a U.S.-Israeli defense pact and U.S. support for Israeli annexation of the strategic West Bank Jordan Valley. That idea already condemned by Palestinian leaders. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Climate activist Greta
Oh.
Thunberg is in Madrid joining thousands of other demonstrators.
Let's see here.
World leaders take real
No,
action
these are
against
fucking,
climate change.
they're just useless, man. Don't even send them to me.
For a second
I mean,
round of
which,
all
I guess I would like to at least decipher the denial letter. Purchase payments in the amount of 10,000 shall be dispersed
Did we ever get
as
that?
follows. Retained by seller, 10,000.
What about the renter who put that money down? What are we doing with that one? Oh, that application. She did probably.
we need the application.
Is he gonna? Oh, we were hung up. No, that one I did.
Years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out. No matter what I did, they never went away.
No, I hung up on the other guy about the bigger apartment. But what about the guy that said, oh, the application was signed. We don't know what the application said.
Okay, here's the problem.
Go ahead.
Oh, Jesus.
Go ahead. Praise hell.
They signed. Okay, actually, it doesn't look like they did sign this. If they sign this, it's over, the old people.
What does it say?
It's a mutual cancellation and release agreement. And everybody acknowledges that the seller will retain $10,000. But I don't
What?
see, but I
For
don't
no
see any
reason?
signature.
Do we have them on still?
Let's get him back on. Purchaser and seller have previously entered into a purchase agreement in connection with the above described property, and hereby mutually agree to cancel the agreement and all supplements hereon, and thereto. And then it breaks down to
Who backed out of this?
purchaser payments in the amount of $10,000.
They're the ones that couldn't sell their house.
Shall
right,
be dispersed as follows. Retained by seller, $10,000.
Mark.
If they sign this, they
Mark,
fucked
is this where they couldn't sell their home?
Yeah, but it doesn't even matter.
I know, I'm just wondering.
Yes, this is that one. But the problem is, we did not sign this paper. They wrote that at the top. If they did not sign this, they should get the $10,000 back.
Okay.
Absolutely end of story. If they did not sign this, they should get their money back. And honestly, if they did sign it, they should get their fucking money back.
This report is sponsored by the Broadmoor.
Oh, this is bullshit. I can't believe they hit him with this.
We need to get the whole paper. There's like
We did not sign this paper they wrote. This is all that matters.
They said
right
they
here.
didn't sign it? Mark, they said that, right?
They wrote on here they didn't sign it. Oh, this is bullshit. This is complete bullshit, man. They really did try to okie doke these fucks big time.
It's 46 right now in Denver. With your
Well, then why put that law firm?
We need to get through to their media. I mean, that's all we got to
Okay.
do.
Grammy Award-winning artist Debbie Boone once again headlines the Broadmoor
Oh, that's
Holiday Show
ridiculous.
this December. Packages available now at Broadmoor.com or call Broadmoor
Does the whole
Reservations
page
for
show
more
up
information.
for you?
Visit the Broadmoor
Just
for the
the two
holidays.
you sent
Close
me.
to home, yet a world away.
Hi, this is Courtney Pierce.
I don't even care about the rest of them. I see exactly what happened. They tried to okie doke them. If they didn't sign that, they did very good.
Just look for the big orange and blue building. You can't miss it. We have Denver's best deals on kitchen cabinets, bathroom cabinets, and granite tops. With 2
This
cabinet
is
covers in
complete
stock, ready
bullshit,
for
man.
immediate pickup, and 11 more just a few weeks away. We can save you thousands on your new kitchen or bathroom without the long wait you get at other stores. Visit us at 567
No, this
Main
is.
Street, Denver, or online.
What's the name of these fucking assholes
This is the
again?
most unbelievable offer I've ever heard from a transmission shop. Budget A1
Century
Transmission and
Communities.
Auto Repair will tear down and open up your transmission
Century
free to
Communities.
diagnose your problem. Yes, free.
Do you know that Uber, did you hear about the rates?
Mm-hmm. Will they release their own reports on it?
Is that Uber drivers being raped?
You know, I haven't wanted to bite my teeth into one.
I think
for
it's
a while.
sexual assault's going
This is
either way.
Bullshit, man.
I think it's just in general
Oh,
sexual assault.
45% of the victims were the drivers. The others were passengers. How do you go from a ride to a rape? I mean, how does that happen? Especially if you're raping a driver. What do you do?
Yeah. Century.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know you looked it up yet. It's in public.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK. It's car day. I just want to say one thing, okay? There are a lot of people who have hail damage on their car, and they are doing nothing about it. They hold on. Why do they hold out? Why do people hold out when they have hail? You only have a year to make that claim. Now, after you make that claim, you can get it fixed if you get a check. If you don't get a check, your right to get money expires. So if you're coming up on a year, when were the big storms? When were the big storms? Let's talk to our expert here, Flexit of Colorado, Nick.
Yep, we had a big one in July.
Get close, please. So okay, there's no way they're all fixed now.
No, there's still quite a bit out there.
Why are people waiting? Why, when you have somebody come in, why do they wait?
A lot of people are just, insurance companies will actually tell them to wait until after hail season to get it done because they don't want to have to pay out
All right,
twice.
what I'd like to do is offer a Christmas crazy special for people who want to get their hail damage fixed in December. I want to make it crazy.
Okay, I'll go crazy. I'll go 20% off, free pickup and delivery, and a free rental car.
Wait a minute. Wow. Holy crap. Hold on.
He's slashing prices.
Wait, no, seriously. We got to put a limit on it, right? I mean, as far as the dollar amount, you can't do a $200 job like that. So 20% off, right?
Yep.
Free rental, free pickup and delivery.
Yep. giving the whole shop away.
No, that for any hail damage, call him to see if you qualify. Like, how will people know? They just call. He'll be reasonable. He's not, if you got a $100, $200 job, I mean, it's got to be a job that's gonna, be big enough to make it worth his while. So should we put a limit on that, like for a job's X amount and over?
Yeah, I'd like to go at least 1,000.
All right, and that's not unheard of. So okay, any hail repair, $1,000 or more, you get 20% off. That'll bring it down if it's 1,800. Okay. Now you get free pickup and delivery and a free rental. You cannot beat that deal. Where do they go to get this?
Give me a call at 303-619-6273, or I'm right on the corner of Wadsworth and Hampton.
Wads and Hamden.
3455 South Vance.
Wadsworth and Hamden, Flexident of Colorado. Now, this is so good, I'm going to mention this because he just came up with it just now because I made him. Now, Andre wanted to know about his car repair plan from AutoShield. AutoShield sucks. Most of them suck, okay? They mostly suck. If you had to pick one, what one would you pick, Jeff?
A dealer backed. I mean, I'd get one from, I drive Chevy. I would get one from Chevrolet General Motors.
Right. Now, I would never get one when you have a factory warranty. There's no reason. And then I would only get it when my regular warranty was expiring. Then I'd buy one. But here's the deal. Listen, this is important. Even they are not that great. But these these things like, Andre, what made you fall for this AutoShield? Was it a commercial saying, I just had my transmission done?
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
Just having.
How much have you been paying? How much have you been paying for this?
$99 a month.
That's
for how long?
For 2 years almost.
Wait,
and
3
you also
years?
Had a down payment on that before that, not just the 99.
2 years.
How long? 2 years.
And this I only had one claim with them. This was my only claim.
$2,400 you paid. Did you have to put money down?
No, nothing down.
So $2,400, and how much is the repair going to cost?
It was $2,005.62.
So you're underwater.
Yeah, they're not even paying it.
They didn't want to pay half of it.
What's that?
They didn't pay half of it. They didn't even pay half of it.
No, okay. Now, what reason did they give you for turning it down?
I was getting my PTU replaced, my power transfer unit, and they said it was too much sludge in the unit, whatever they mean by sludge. They had two different mechanics to check it out, and they said
I'd take him to small claims court just for the hell of it, if they have some presence in the state.
I would take him to small claims court. Mark, why would people have a presence in a state if it encourages small claims? I mean...
Well, because a lot of times the person you're suing lives in the state. I mean, that's why.
Oh, okay. But we've had cases where you've sued people who, for some reason, have a representative in the state. And I think it's foolish. You need to make it as difficult as possible for people to sue you. Not easy.
Think about these warranties real quick. Even the ones like Jeff said that you maybe if you buy one through the dealer. I don't like anything people lie to you about at the point of sale. We've all bought new cars and we've all been pitched. Can I say that's correct with you?
Right, that's right.
They never say, hey, this 5-year warranty is not a 5-year warranty. It's actually only 2 because it runs concurrent with the factory warranty.
Not one of them. No.
Every single one. I don't care if it's Purifoy, McDonald, Hyundai.
I know.
I don't care who it is. They all lie or at minimum mislead you.
Yeah, and what he is saying is even excellent dealers will say this is a 5-year warranty, and it's not. If you have a 3-year warranty, it goes beyond that by only 2 years. Or mileage.
They all do.
No matter what, if you say, well, I'll get to my mileage quicker, well, then buy it then. Don't buy it in the beginning.
Well,
Jeff?
and you mentioned taking these guys to small claims. I do believe, if I remember correctly, AutoShield's based out of Lakewood.
Man,
that would be
Andre,
awesome.
You know what?
Yeah.
Why don't you look into this, okay? And then call Mark for logistics, because it would be good if you took these jerks.
If they in fact, I'll go a step further. If they truly have a presence here, there's some stuff I'm not going to say, but I will guide you.
Yes, and we'll even get one of our people to serve them.
Yeah. I can never give you legal advice, but because I've done a lot of small claims, I can
logistical advice, like what to do, like
That's right.
like how to, logistical advice.
I'd hate to be accused of being an attorney. Huh?
Daphne, get Andre's contact information, mark it Small Claims Court, Auto Shield, and we'll give that to Mark. You know, this is good stuff. Hacinda, I believe it's Hacinda. Is that you, Hacinda?
Just Cinda.
Cinda, what's going on?
So, I have a house in downtown Monument, and
There is a downtown Monument?
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's little, and the town called my real estate agent and said that it's going to be 100% commercial. If a resident person wants to buy it, that's fine. But if they ever have to pull a permit to make any repairs, anything obviously that a permit requires,
right,
then they're going to have to revert to commercial standards.
It's not unheard of for cities to declare areas for zoning purposes commercial and residential. So what's going on now?
Well, I guess I have a problem with that because my home was built in 1896. It has never been a commercial anything. And
wait a minute, Tom. Is she trying to say that what they're trying to pass, if she needs to have a new furnace installed because it goes out, she can't do it because she'd have to be commercial? I don't think that's the case.
Cinda, is that what, or Cinda, is that what they're saying?
So they basically are stealing her house.
Cinda, are they saying, one thing at a time, are they saying you can make no alterations whatsoever?
We can make alterations, but if we do, they have to be commercial grade, if you will, for like a better term. They have to go into
because now you have commercial standards, but the commercial standards are not that much different. And the fact that your house is old, Cinda, is not their problem. But I have a few things to say, and I think it's not all bad. Are they trying to take your home? For some reason, the screener, Daphne says eminent domain. Did they mention eminent domain to you?
No. So basically, they want downtown Monument. They want a commercial person in there. They want a boutique in there.
Okay, I understand that. Did they rezone already?
Well, it's always been dually zoned. So I called. I was going to put my business in there, and they said that's fine, but you're going to have to, do commercial tax. And
of course you do.
Like that.
Of course you do. You don't have it both ways.
Right.
It's either commercial or residential.
Exactly. But
So
my complaint
is what?
That they don't have a right to do that.
Yeah, they do.
I don't.
They do. Land use they have very wide and far-reaching rights. Now, I'm not saying
they can take it if they want.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but they have way more rights. Governments in this country have way more rights on our private property than we like.
Especially in Colorado with eminent domain.
Yeah, and eminent domain went to the Supreme Court, and it was ruled that they can, listen to this, they can take your property and sell it to another entity for their commercial benefit if it also benefits the town. They can really, literally take it from you and give it to somebody to develop if you can't develop it. And they say it's much too valuable to sit there. You're not allowed to keep it. So there's an open mic.
Yeah, all based on tax revenue.
Okay. So, but Cinda, that's not all bad news if you want to hold on. I mean, you're looking at only the dark side.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
Be sure and tune in to listen to Christian Toto and me talk about Clint Eastwood's new movie, Richard Jewell. It'll be great.
A new time. It's a heck of a show with Michael Brown. Weekdays 2 to 4 on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Fix It 24/7 for free second opinions. I can't stress it enough. You'll never go wrong with free second opinions. Fix It 24/7. Here's what happens. You're told you need a furnace. If they don't think you do, they have to prove it, don't they, by fixing it. That's why Fix It 24/7 is putting themselves on the line. If they say you don't have a good deal, they got to prove it and give you a better deal. FixMyHome.com. And they also do the $39 find any problem, no matter how long it takes with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, and they'll fix it if you want it fixed. And if you do, they credit you the $39, so it's a free call charge. If you don't have the work done, all you pay is $39. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. And remember, for new customers, the $39 clean and check, the best deal in the business, because they really clean it to the point that it's almost refurbished. FixMyHome.com.
Home apps can help you with everything. Your steps, your sleeping patterns, the traffic. What you pay
So that Hardy is on again, the ones about the $10,000 deposit that they lost?
The insurance company's whim.
Yeah, Mark looked at it.
Insurance is here to fix.
I still don't understand.
So he wants it.
Monthly rates and rewards based on how much and how well you drive.
I'm watching this guy's show,
Mumbo jumbo from an insurance agent.
and I'm really impressed with it.
The Nobler app can listen to things like
I can't stand listening to both.
Oh. So the law firm they hired sent a demand letter for $41,000 to them.
Why?
For smart drivers. So get your quote at nobler.com.
Because they weren't attorneys to begin with.
Individual savings may vary. Must be eligible under requirements defined.
Want military-grade gear delivered directly to your doorstep? Join over 250,000 customers already geared up with Crate Club, the box built by Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Delta Force, and Special Ops guys. You'll receive seasonal...
Why does that happen, Tom? Why does it always go, some commercials go way louder?
It's the way they record it. I mean...
And then it goes back down.
No, if I record mine loud, it'll come over louder.
But does it go out to the... Does this go out loud and not to the...
Yeah, they're supposed to stream when they load them. They don't.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, now, to a certain extent, the software is supposed to do that.
But this software here does...
Like they do timing, for example. If you are at 30, a little longer than 30, they compress it. And if it's a little shorter, well, no, they never make it long. What they do is, to get more spots in the day, they compress time anyway. So 1 minute is probably a tiny bit shorter. Yeah, it's, you know, you ever hear me and I sound weird? They're speeding, you know, it depends on the day and the compression ratios.
American financing. Today's rates are the lowest they've been in over a year, and a lower rate can put hundreds back in your monthly budget and save you thousands in interest over the life of your loan, sometimes tens of thousands. So make today the day you call American Financing. A salary-based mortgage consultant can provide you a free mortgage review and help you find the best option for you.
Auto Shield sucks.
No upfront fees ever. You know what else?
I love when...
I thought you said there was a couple good ones.
No, there's some that are better than others.
That's what I meant. And which was that one? Something that they had like initials, I thought.
GE?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, GE's usually pretty good.
Call at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
Car Shield or Auto Shield? What is
Auto
it?
Shield.
Auto?
Auto Shield.
Because there's another one called...
So maybe it is Car Shield.
And then there's American Auto Shield.
They're all three different ones? Well, all of them are?
Yeah.
Which, huh.
Well, yeah, they're different. AmericanAutoShield.com, DenverAutoShield.com, CarShield.com. We don't really know which one he has. They're...
Is it all the same company? They're just using different URLs to guide them?
I don't know. Let's look. Nope. Auto Shield is totally different here.
That they do,
And then Auto Shield and Car Shield. So Denver Auto Shield, Denver Car Shield. American Auto Shield, American Car Shield. And then Car Shield, and then Auto Shield. So which one is it? We don't even know.
Car Shield, that one's just a shop that does polishing and clear bras and stuff.
Okay.
They did sign this one here.
Mark's going to handle it. Your person is on Hardy.
Who's Hardy?
With the $10,000 deposit. Fucking these lines haven't stopped.
He's going to be my
He's going to be my white whale next week.
What's that mean?
The white whale's bad.
Well, I meant the company's going to be my white whale next week.
Oh, good. I love text. Oh, shit. iHeart's unraveling over this then.
Martino, legal's on 7.
Did you sign?
We got to try to get some better coffee.
I might, even if, you know what, even if they signed it, they're a bunch of scumbags.
Good, I want you to have that attitude. I feel sorry for this couple, I really do.
Well, it's, oh my God, it's not just egregious,
Mark.
it's outrageous, it's
Preposterous.
goddamn.
It's preposterous.
So here's something. They sent a demand letter from those lawyers asking for $41,000. This is a demand letter from the lawyers.
To them?
To
Oh, that's what they said.
I gotta send some loving text.
Yes.
They should
Time.
be ashamed of themselves, too.
Don't you find yourself doing that sporadically during the day?
They should. They fuck.
What's that?
This report is sponsored by the
Loving text.
You know what I gotta do when I get home? Build a fucking bed. Our new mattress comes tomorrow. I cannot.
What do you have to build a bed? What do you need?
I gave our queen bed for our guest room to her sister while she was in town. You know, headboard, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I had to buy a new headboard.
Oh,
and
you have to
shit.
put it together.
I gotta put that together. Then when our new mattress comes in, we're gonna put our king size down in the guest room.
Okay. So listen, man. You're going to fucking
So you're still
love
just as happy?
Oh my God, you're gonna love it. I went to bed with pains from working out, woke up without them.
So
hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so listen. We got a lot to talk about, and I want to make this quick, okay? Now, hang on there. Roger, what's going on with you, Roger?
Hey, Tom. My lady friend is getting a new car here this next week, and brand new. And we're looking at the VW Atlas 2020. What do you think of the VW Atlas?
What is the price?
They're about $40,000 for a well-equipped. If you want to get the premium model, it's like $50,000.
What is she looking for in a vehicle?
Fully equipped with all the safety features like brake assist.
Is she looking for?
Everything.
Is the Atlas an SUV?
Yes.
I would get the Hyundai, but
It's like a Santa Fe, man.
Listen, look it. There are people that just love Volkswagen. Volkswagen is not what they used to be. They're not a good company. Okay.
Man, they okey-doked the United States for years.
Let's ask Jeff Beck.
You're mispronouncing it. It's beats walking.
Yeah, let's ask.
Because that's all it does. Is
Jeff,
it beats walking.
let's ask people that work on cars.
I am not a fan of the Volkswagen line, period.
But seriously, no, without just saying that offhand,
no.
Are you talking about they're a maintenance hog?
They are maintenance hog. When repairs come up, I mean, the price point looks great when you're buying that car, but then when you actually have to repair it, the cost of repairs on them are excessively more than you would get, say, your Hyundai or a Ford.
It's not as bad as a Land Rover or Range Rover,
but
no,
make
seriously.
sure to get AAA too if you sign up with it.
Roger, really, a Santa Fe Mark loaded, how much?
Right now, fully loaded. I mean, steers itself, keeps itself in the own
fully
lane, all
loaded.
that crap. Turbo too. Let's go the best
total.
So fully loaded.
The best, Jerry. Yes. What?
35.
Now listen to this, Roger. 35 fully loaded with and a 10-year. 100,000-mile warranty.
I'll give one thing to Volkswagen. They did up their warranty. I think it's 6-year, 72,000.
Still not good. I mean, still not good
for
enough.
bumper to bumper, it ain't bad.
No. Is that their bumper to bumper? Go ahead.
I have a Hyundai Elantra 2018.
What do you?
I'm a fan of Hyundai.
But listen, with a 7-year, 72,000-mile warranty, and with the new design, it ain't terrible, but it's too expensive. What are they asking for it?
About 40.
But why Volkswagen? What even led you that direction? Her?
It's his girlfriend.
Well,
no, his girlfriend's buying it.
Lady friend. No, it's lady friend.
It's just
lady
a friend.
Lady friend.
Yeah.
All right.
She has a Nissan Rogue right now, and this is her second Nissan Rogue. And she wants to try and get something different, but she likes going to Thailand, so they do Volkswagen and Nissan.
Okay.
So that's why we're
that's an
trying
odd
to,
reason to buy a brand based upon who sells it.
Yeah.
I find that odd.
Finance.
Well,
she just likes finance.
She likes what?
Tynans.
She likes Tynans.
We
Yeah.
don't get many complaints on them.
No, look, I'm not going to
We get a lot of complaints on Volkswagen, though.
Yeah. Roger, I just wouldn't
think of that logic. How about if Tynans had Tynans Yugo? Does that mean she wants a Yugo? I don't even understand the logic.
Candace, what's happening? Candace, what's going on?
Hi, I was recently on vacation in Iceland a couple months ago.
Iceland, okay.
I was on a horseback riding excursion.
Yeah.
And due to the negligence of the farm, my saddle came off while I was riding the horse, and I went off with it and have had some injuries that are still ongoing, including my spine. I have a compression fraction.
Did you sign disclaimers? Not that that doesn't excuse them from gross negligence, but let me tell you something about in Colorado. In Colorado, we have an equine. It's a disclaimer. It's an equine indemnity. They cannot be held responsible for equine accidents in Colorado. No one can. But here's the other thing. Okay, obviously that doesn't matter. You were in another country. Did you sign anything?
I did not.
Oh, that's weird that you did not sign anything. So they took a lot of liability. But the question is, do they have assets? Is it worth going after? We're talking about an international case here. How many damages? I mean, do you really feel like, hey, I could have some brain damage, a closed head injury or something?
It's not a head injury. Luckily, I had a helmet on. But I have a spinal injury that I'm going to have to get physical therapy for, and then also I have a shoulder that I already had surgery on a few years ago that is now re-injured, and I'm still waiting to find out if that will have
their laws are going to prevail, not ours.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the laws are there, but you would have to sue them there. So that alone, did you call any attorneys? What city were you near?
I was near Reykjavik, and I have not called any attorneys. I thought I would start with you guys.
Okay, we're gonna consult our experts. So hold on, all right? Hold on.
Thanks.
Okay, just now, Mark Hardy is the one. He and his wife signed they put down $10,000 on a home. What was the name of the communities again? And they backed out because they couldn't sell their home in time. But we're going to take this case, Hardy. He's been working on it. What did you want to ask him right up front? Because we have to take a quick break.
You wrote on top of one of those papers, did not sign this. Are you positive you didn't sign anything like that?
Any release or settlement?
No, we did not. We're positive we did not sign anything like that.
But you saw what it said, right?
Right.
And it alerted you. They wanted to keep your money, and they asked you to sign it.
And yes, they did, and we did not sign it.
When did they ask you to sign that?
When we took $10,000. It was shortly after, during the time that we were presented with the $10,000.
Okay.
This is showing on the date. This showing on the 10/24/2017.
This is after you canceled, right?
Yes.
Listen, here's the deal. If you're going to be straight with me, I think I'm going to get you, your money back. So you guys are just going to hang tight. If everything is correct on this, I'm going to go after these fools like a bulldog goes after a bone.
Okay, so hold on, all right? And we'll talk to you. We want to make sure we have your contact information. And then we won't be doing that today, getting back to you, but we are going to work on it.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
That was plagiarism. That's right. Here he is. Eccles is just saying here, you're using my comment. What's going after you?
I had to go after Eccles.
Okay.
So not now, granted, Don, the reason that they didn't buy the house was not that they couldn't sell their house, it's because these people said that they couldn't use that deposit because they couldn't declare where that money was from.
Oh!
Well, why didn't you say that?
We did. They said that during the call.
No.
But it really still has no bearing on anything.
Dan, really what they said was that was why they couldn't get it back. They didn't say that. What they said
that's all
was...
they told me.
So, the reason they didn't close is they didn't qualify, and they didn't qualify because they wanted to know where the 10 grand came from.
Yeah, but that still has no bearing of giving the money back.
He's right. Has no bearing whatsoever.
So why would you even say that? And why didn't you say that? You know what? Whether he says it or doesn't, he fucks up.
I did say that on the thing when we were talking.
Well, let me tell you, none of us understood it. That's like when he was trying to explain
okay,
that
you
You said it. Here's what you said.
In fact, you said it doesn't mean we understood it.
Stop! Let's talk about Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. It's a great insulation if you need it. And most people do. If you have an older home or one where you think it's insulated, it is not. And when you see this video, you'll see why. FoamYourWalls.com. Unbelievable stuff. Environmentally friendly. And it doesn't off-gas. It also makes your home up to 50% more efficient. People are saying, I have savings of like, 50% off my electric bill or my heating bill. And the other is making your house more quiet, up to 80%. If you look at this video, it really says it all. This foam goes in and fills every nook and cranny. And here's the important part, okay? It does not get hard over time. It doesn't lose R value. It's not a spray-on. It's an injection foam. And it stays soft and pliable. It can be done from outside the home in just a day. It doesn't disrupt your living. FoamYourWalls.com. 720-676-6333. Okay, so he was waiting like 5 seconds. Here's what Dan said. Tom, that $10,000 is for qualifying, not for getting the deposit back. He said it's for qualifying. But here's what I thought you meant. I thought you meant that he did not realize that he thought he wasn't getting the $10,000 back because he couldn't find the source of funds. That's why I kept telling him.
Like he had to prove where it came from.
You said that. You said no. You said, Tom, that $10,000 source of funds is for qualifying. That's what you said. But what I thought you meant was that he misunderstood it. He didn't tell us that. Does he understand that?
Well, that's what he had told me. I'm not sure if he really...
I don't think he understands it. I think he thinks he didn't get the money back because he couldn't tell him where he got it. That's what I think, because he kept saying, well, they want me to tell them where I got the money. I said, what does that have to do with getting your money back? He said, I don't know.
Well, that's when he was talking about the paper trail.
But I know, that's right. But he thought he had to show a paper trail to get a refund.
It sure sounded like it.
But he's saying,
when I talked to him, that's not the way it sounded.
He's saying that's the whole reason. Dan is saying that's the whole reason they didn't close on the house to begin with. I didn't know that.
That's the way the wife explained it to me.
Well, that makes more sense because why the fuck would that place ask where'd you get the money before we give it back?
Right, exactly.
All
that's
of the
exactly
lawyers are not available.
Okay.
Right. So just wanted to let you know that.
Did you try
No,
John Fuller?
but you totally missed
Did you try John Fuller?
No, I did not. Would you like me to?
Try, and then Marco Bendinelli.
You know what? I say Tom's got to pay both of us. Hey, can I convert all my lunches into more $50 Amazon gifts?
So here's the deal.
Sorry about being loud.
These people, I just think that they're hoodwinking them. They're taking advantage of them.
No, they are. Unless he signed that. And once again, even if he did sign it, they just hoodwinked him a little better.
But wouldn't you think if you had a good realtor that they would have said, hey, this ain't right.
Listen, I'm going to I'll either get their
or
money back next week.
They would have had a written agreement before they gave you 10 grand. A real estate person is supposed to protect you.
Right. But it was their daughter.
So you better be all ready to go.
On there?
You better be ready to go, because I'm either getting their money back, or that means iHeart kicking you off the air. And if I'm not here, and he's not here,
I'm here.
You're here.
I got Clint.
I can't. I'm in Arkansas.
Deputy
Where are you? What's your Arkansas?
Yes, just ask me to go. He just asked me to go to Arkansas.
He's going to Arkansas. He's checking out a problem for me.
Man, he's dedicated.
Someone wants to prove he can marry his cousin.
Well, down there, the definition of foreign relations means you're having sex with somebody more distant than your second cousin.
Yeah. You know, back in the day, they would literally, in fact, the monarchies and stuff, they would all inbreed like that just to keep it in the
royal
family.
blood.
Right. And that's why they say a lot of them had mental issues because of the inbreed.
So you're related to loyalty, you said?
I wish I was. Yeah. Look at Andrew. He's not going to lose any of his money.
It is kind of funny you got at least kicked out of the palace.
Did he get kicked out of the palace?
Did he?
Yeah, the queen asked him to leave.
Holy
That's her son, man. She said to leave?
Wow,
I mean, at this point, once it all dies down a little. What, this isn't in the show you watch? They don't have shit like this?
They have now, they're up to Prince Charles being in his early 20s. It's incredible.
Wasn't Di having an affair, or was he having an affair?
They both were.
They
Oh no,
both
he
were.
did. She did after he did. She did after he
And
did.
she was with the guy when she died.
That's right.
She was having the affair with
But
him.
weren't they separated
I
then?
thought they were
separated.
or divorced.
Or even divorced, right. He was cheating. Here he has beautiful Princess Di, and you see who he was cheating.
I agree.
No, it's almost like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was the craziest shit ever.
But he was kind of wanted her. Was he forced into that marriage with Di?
Mm-hmm. No. He wasn't forced, no.
Well,
I thought he liked this.
Bush.
I thought he liked this lady, this ugly
No, Princess
lady.
Di was common. She wasn't. There
Well,
was.
she was uglier, wasn't she? The one that he ended up marrying the second time.
Oh God.
Right, but didn't he go out with her before?
No, Princess. Yeah, they had a past. But Princess Di wasn't pushed on him. If you look, Princess Di was.
Why did he do her?
I don't know. Just like she
fell
was
in love
just.
with her.
She was ordinary. In fact, that's what the stuff was about both of those guys. Well, Kate Middleton,
She's
Prince Charles.
ordinary.
No, Kate Middleton was regular too, right? A school teacher. They all married like just regular people.
Yeah.
All the sons, and the grandsons.
Now that you can't marry your cousin anymore, they got to start looking elsewhere.
Did they used to marry cousins?
Fuck yeah, all those
Like
monarchies.
thirds or what?
I don't know, all those monarchies. I don't know about thirds. I bet you go far enough back, they were fucking marrying their sisters.
Yeah.
Number 1 for podcasting. 630 K-House.
Kate Middleton, the one that just married, the one that looks like Carson Wentz.
I don't know what they look like.
I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Hardy, may I ask a very quick question, okay, on your house?
Yeah.
Okay, why did you not qualify? Why did you pull out of the deal?
Mainly because they gave us a time limit to have the money, to show where the money came from.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay, so anyway, no matter what the reason, I don't think they should keep the money, and Mark's going to work on that. Let's move on. Bill's got a comment on VW. Go ahead, Bill. What's going on? And Candace, we haven't forgotten about you in the horse riding accident. Bill, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. I heard you and Bark bad-mouthing VWs, and I have to tell you, I've driven VWs since 1978, and I've had 2 Golfs.
They had to cheat against every other car maker when it came to emissions to sell in this country. They're cheaters, liars, and they suck.
Yeah, but Bill, the company changed a lot since then, though. It changed a lot since.
No, it hasn't. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
So to this day, I'm driving a Golf Sport Wagon, and I'm telling you that they are mechanically superior to the Hyundai.
Bill,
and
what year
by
is
the
your
way, I
car?
hope you never get in a crash in your Hyundai.
What year is your car, Bill?
I've got 2016 Golf Sport Wagon.
So, but they, you said the company hasn't changed. The company has definitely changed.
I don't know, but the point I was going to make was
is that you love them.
all these cars. I've had them go 192,000 miles.
I get it. You love them. I get it.
196,000 miles. They're durable cars, but it just seems that they get bad enough because. What I've learned in all these years of driving VWs, that if you maintain the service interval, they're totally reliable cars.
Okay. I don't want to get into a big discussion about VW, but you made something about hope you don't get in a crash with a Hyundai. Hyundais have very good safety records, so I don't know where you're getting that. And I'm not sticking up for Hyundai. Look, if you looked at the 2 cars side by side as a mechanic, any mechanic will tell you they're different, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What's better?
I would go with the Hyundai any day of the week.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and he's our automobile expert on injuries and all kinds of injuries, and he's with Fuller Law. John, we have a question. When you are injured outside of the country, obviously the laws of that country will apply, right?
Correct.
Well, what is there an international court, or do you have to go to that country to sue if you wanted to sue?
Well, so yes, you would. So in the United States, courts have limited jurisdiction, okay? And in order for you to be able to bring a claim in a United States court, be it a state court or be it a federal court, you must have jurisdiction over the other party. Now, there are circumstances where a foreign corporation can be, almost impliedly have jurisdiction because they have sufficient contacts with, the forum here. But if you're talking about a horseback riding operation. I don't even know what country you're talking about.
Iceland.
But chances are pretty good that that company doesn't have a lot of contacts with Colorado enough to make itself subject to the jurisdiction of courts here. Now, if they marketed themselves heavily in Colorado, maybe, but that's a big, big maybe. But the short answer is no. If you can't get jurisdiction on them here, you're going to have to go there, and you're going to also have to have an attorney there because attorneys are licensed in the jurisdictions where they practice almost universally. So, if you were in Germany, you'd have to have a German attorney most of the time in order to bring a case. If the laws even allow that, and I have no opinion on Icelandic court
we
law,
don't know, but thank you very much because that's very logical. An attorney there, along with the laws there. So, Candace, the obvious question, have you contacted anyone at all there?
I have not, and I guess my question would be, would I have to physically be present in Iceland, or that's maybe unknown at this point?
Let's see. John, what about if she did find an attorney, can she do it telephonically?
Almost certainly she can. And now I'm just applying it to the facts, as we apply them
I understand.
Here. But only if the case went to trial, or if the other side had, placed her medical condition in place such that she had a independent medical exam. I mean, there's only a couple of things that would require her presence. But that's definitely a question to bring up with local counsel up there is exactly how much, of her involvement would be required, how many times she'd have to travel to the jurisdiction, and they would be able to answer those questions. If it were here, I could tell you exactly what it would require, but it is difficult for, extrajudicial proceedings.
Well, okay. Thank you. We really appreciate it, and I wish you the best, Candace. And John Fuller, personalinjuryco.com, 303-597-4500. All right, now, Rick wants to know how to collect. That's a good question. How to collect what, Rick?
So I'll make it real quick. My daughter went to small claims court, got a judgment. She got all the interrogatories for her bank account, where she works, all that stuff. And so now what do we do?
All right. She got the interrogatories already.
Yep, I got them in the mail yesterday.
And what do you know as far as assets?
I know what she banks at Wells Fargo. I know where she works. I know how much she makes an hour.
Well,
I know
it's very difficult.
Name.
It's very difficult to give you step by step. But here's what I'm just going to say in general. You do a writ of execution or a garnishment. You go to the bank and you serve the bank and you serve her employer and you take your money. I mean, but there's so much in between. We can't go over step by step. And many times a judgment will carry normal collection. So I would just go and have a collection attorney do it. How much are you owed?
Oh, it's only a little over $3,000.
It may not be worth getting an attorney, but they can add their fees to it sometimes. Just ask an attorney who does collections. Most of the time, it's very, it's hard to get someone to take a small case. So, Google in Colorado how to do a garnishment and just file one and have them served. I would go to the bank account for a lump sum first. The recurring one is difficult, but it's more difficult. So, how much does she have in her bank?
I don't think she disclosed that, actually. She just disclosed her account number. And
you were supposed to. Didn't you ask for how much money?
I don't know what the courts did. I didn't.
Or average daily balance?
I don't know. None of that was on the paperwork.
Well, the courts don't make an interrogatory. You do.
Oh, I don't know what my daughter did. She did it all by herself. She's a young kid, and she did it. She did the whole thing all by
Then here's
herself.
what I want you to do. I want you to have her.
We should get Frank Ball on or something.
I understand. We can, but it's too late now. We can probably do it Monday, Mark. And what we do is ask him how, because it's very difficult. I mean, it is. It's not an easy thing. So you're going to have to either Google it or we'll try to get an attorney. But even an attorney is not going to give you every single step.
Now.
So Denver court gives the interrogatory to them right there.
Huh?
If you win, they give you the interrogatory to the loser. And
Yeah, but
pay it. So you
but
don't have anything.
you can ask other questions. You're not confined to a question that they give you. They might. I didn't even know they helped you that way. They actually give you.
They actually give it to the guy and said, "This is what you need to fill out."
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. So he can do his own, but that's good. I didn't know they automatically.
That's what Denver does. I'm not sure if other places.
That's really good. I'm sure. I can't believe they didn't ask the amount. That's one of the basic questions. One of the basic questions in an interrogatory.
So horses.
Yeah, where's your money and
so I thought you were going to
how
ask
much
her how
is
she
it?
was hurt. So apparently the saddle wasn't tight enough.
I know.
That's what she
Oh,
said.
she said that. Oh, okay.
Well, if they own the house, whoever
Did she
she has
fall
the
underneath
judgment has
it?
the house.
Well, I guess it just fell off.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank does the one-day contract. You sign him to sell your house. He cleans the house. He stages the house. He gives you a market valuation, puts it up. And if you want to cancel after one day, you can. That's because he doesn't believe in holding people captive. And you know what? No one cancels. Now, once in a while, somebody might change their mind about selling their house. And there are no penalties. Frank Duran, the real estate man, always doing the right thing. Really? I mean, we just have this guy on for years. He sells so many houses, and we never get complaints. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
This is Courtney Pierce, owner of the
Tom, are you done with Hardy?
open at our new location.
Yeah, we're going to continue this. Mark's going to continue this.
That's 560 South.
Mark will continue it next week.
Should we ask for them to make copies of all and get the actual unit?
Tell them they're my white whale.
We can help you design and install your new cabinets and your granite countertops.
They won't know what that means.
Come see us at 560 South Lopana.
I knew what that meant before I ever heard. God, I am so done with this, Mike. God, 4 times now.
I'll tell them I want them to make copies and get them to them.
Okay, I fell for the clickbait. I fell for it.
What was it?
Pastor sued.
How large are these breasts?
She won the lottery, and her pastor sued her for it. So I got Pastor Sue's mother. I got all that.
Clickbait. That's good
Winning-
clickbait, though.
Winning the lottery.
We should remember that one, actually. It's so stupid.
Yeah, but don't you have to have some? Don't you
click
have to
on
have
it,
something
too.
similar?
Well,
Okay.
you got
A
that poor guy out
hardworking
in
mother.
Nigeria that just died with $34 million laying around him and
She
trying to give it away
won.
for
She
years.
won
Nobody's responding.
188 million, and her pastor sued her.
For not tithing.
Hold on. As caring not one child, she has a kid with cerebral palsy. Holmes has left her jobs to care for him. She needed the money. Unfortunately, the dream turned into a nightmare. I'm still going. Now,
Wait, click next.
it did. A Powerball jackpot, blah, blah, blah. I thought I was going to blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, but she got a punishment. Click next. All these ads. Let's go. Holding in her hand. Mega rich. Exactly. She had this. Here's her ticket. But, taking a lump sum, what would she do? Did she make a mistake? Why did her pastor come after her? Still more. I'm still like on the 16th page. Okay. When she claimed her winnings, Maria Holmes, a lump sum of 127 or 188 million in installments, like many of us do. Oh my God. Blah, 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 magic. Maria Holmes had big plans. Unfortunately, life got in the way. Hold on. I'm still reading it. She thought she was going to enjoy the prize. Blah, 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 blah. They keep me on fucking 10 pages now. Emotional, blah, blah, blah. I struggle went through them. I want them to understand money doesn't change you. Sadly, her troubles were about to begin. Here we go. Next page. You've already seen blah, blah, blah.
You're going to get the history of the lottery before
Her winnings. Okay, she was in this tax bracket. Then there's state tax, but the rest is hers. But her winnings, some outrageous expenses popped up after her winnings. As a low-wage worker, she had no experience dealing with these people. According to friends and family, Marie had always grounded herself. Listen to this. Whether she did the right thing or not is all up to Holmes. Holmes starts spending fast with dramatic consequences. Hold on, we're not done. Pastor sues.
Oh, God. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, listen, we have to go quickly here. Jacob, what's going on with you? You have bad credit after an accident?
Yeah, I was just wondering if that was normal.
Why? Hold on. What kind of an accident?
Look, my car was totaled, and the insurance company paid the car off, but now my credit dropped by like 150 points because it said it was paid off by the insurance company.
Oh, that's weird. That is totally weird. I would contest. I mean, why would that affect your credit? Now, you don't have an installment to count positively for you. Were you behind when this happened?
No, I was not.
Jacob, here's what it is. It's the fact that you're not making monthly payments on an installment anymore. So the algorithm sees it as, uh-oh, he's not making this payment anymore, and the day before he had a big balance. You need to, this is a circumstance where you need to write to them. You just need to write to them saying, there is no negative credit, blah, 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 or go to Mark, what would you do? What would you guys do? Are you looking at that thing?
Okay. I'm looking at the pastor thing.
Okay, now.
You cop.
Hold on, Jacob. There's not much we can do. Bottom line, you have to write to them or even have an attorney write for slander of credit. But it is normal because the payment goes away. Eric, you say your insurance company is not paying for your roof?
That's correct, Tom.
Why?
Well, after several months, they have now decided that woodpeckers have destroyed our roof.
Wait a minute. They said that it wasn't the storm.
They say that there was no storm damage. Well, they've changed their story 3 or 4 times.
Well, listen, I don't put it past Allstate, although they're not going to pay for extra damage. So here's what I think you need to do. You need to call Matt
at Paragon.
Daphne's going to give you the number. He's a public adjuster. Trust me when I tell you he's worth his weight. And the small commission he charges is worth it on anything he gets for you above what they offered, if they offered anything. That's what you need to do.
Ask him real quick. Does he even hear woodpeckers, though? You'll hear them.
Did you ever have woodpeckers?
Oh, no, we've had woodpeckers, but they don't usually attack, flat surfaces. They go for the sides of the house.
Okay, you need to get this. You need to get the thing taken care of, and the way to do it is with a public adjuster. Trust me when I tell you that. James, what's going on with you, James?
Yes, Tom. I was needing to know if you had any, if you knew anybody who spoke, can translate Hebrew.
Yes. There are many rabbis that do that, and many Jews that do that.
Okay, I went to the Jewish Colorado Center yesterday off of Leafdale.
Yeah.
And no one could translate the receipts from when I went to Israel for the receipt that I purchased things with.
What? Okay, you want to get someone? Well, is it handwritten?
It's they're all computer receipts from.
What do you mean no one could? Did you have someone there that had a Hebrew Bible in their hand that routinely reads Hebrew?
The lady said she honestly didn't know anyone who spoke it.
Google, Google translation. It's very simple.
Have you tried taking a picture of it, getting the characters, and going to Google Translation?
You're the best. There you go, right there.
I mean,
no, I have not.
Okay, when you take a photo of it, it may not be good enough to do photo character. You got to do character recognition. And you might have to, if you can't, now most one will pick out the characters, but if you can't, what you can do is mimic what you see on the receipt. If you make your keyboard Hebrew, you can make your keyboard whatever language you want. Or
isn't Hebrew, though, isn't it all letters?
Well, what does it look like? I don't know what he has. What does it look like? Hold on. I got there. Where is he? There, James. What does it look like?
I honestly
no, it doesn't look like letters at all. They're, what I know of the Hebrew Bible, but are they normal letters?
No,
they're their letters.
You're right. What I mean is it's not.
Letters.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Google Translate will be able to do this.
Yeah, if you look, and
it'll
here's
pop up
another-
a virtual keyboard with whatever their things are.
Yeah, it's not like some, like in the Greek where you can, or you know, Spanish where you can make out letters of our alphabet. It's a whole different writing. But it's you need to go to someone or Google Translate. If you don't know how to put it into Google Translate, certainly you can figure that out with a if you go to Wikipedia, they have a layout of every letter.
Google Translate will have it.
All right. Man, this was a crazy show. Don't forget this crazy deal, okay? Flexident of Colorado. Flexident of Colorado. They are doing an amazing discount, free pickup and delivery, plus free rental car for big hail repairs. FlexidentofColorado.com. I'm out of time.
Missing out on a great opportunity is never a good feeling, especially when it involves making or saving money. So pay attention, because you have a chance right now to do both. APO Financial is your source for opportunity zone investing and can show you how to get the benefits